It's so good for your plants, honestly. Our head gardener is a big advocate of this, and it's all about making sure that you get the best blooms, the best fruit production. It's about creating really strong root structures, and that then gives you more plants,
and
more fruits.
This formulation covers everything, like your roots, your shoots, and your flowers as well. So great for fruit, great for pretty much, all your plants. The only thing I wouldn't use it on is my lawn, it'd be a complete waste. So anyway, that's free with every single order today. What else can we tell you?
We've got a free postage offer for you. If you can get your order to over £40, very easy to do, honestly it is, we will give you free postage on that order. Again, just enter the offer code in order to make sure that postage gets taken off your order. If you're under £40, and we do appreciate everybody has a budget, sometimes we can't get to that £40, it's one postage cost per order.
And sometimes, just depending on what you're buying, it makes sense to place separate orders. Because you get a free gift with every single order.
This is the week to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
There's some weeks when maybe not, but this week to get multiples of that so that it sees you through the summer, that would be a really good one.
That's what I did last year. And the compost has got free delivery, so if you want to place a separate order for your compost, you won't increase your postage, but you'll get a bag of that with your compost order today. And it is just such a brilliant plant food. It is the best in our opinion. And feeding your plants is so crucial now into the summer months.
Totally.
Really is. If you want the best blooms, the biggest displays, the best veg, then you need your blooming fast.
I did mine the other day. In actual fact, I was out there with my blooming fast, feeding those plants. I did mine. I'm trying to keep up with it on a weekly basis now. We also have new plants coming in for you tomorrow, and I think we're saving some for Sunday as well. So if you're watching today, it's well worth tuning in again tomorrow, 10 till 1, and on Sunday, 10 till 2. If you can't join us live, that's not a problem. You can always catch up on the website and on YouTube and on Facebook.
You really can. Right. I think we need to begin with these.
Yeah, let's do it, shall we?
So I saw these on the nursery last week. I'm very tempted. I have got several olive trees already, but not ones that have been meticulously grown with a spiral stem like these. I mean, these are a work of art, aren't they?
They really are, and I think let's just focus on that spiral stem, because that is not an easy process, is it? To create that gorgeous spiral, that's going to have taken some time, isn't it?
And many, many years, I'd have thought.
Definitely.
Now, if you want to double up, we are doing a deal, 2 of these for just £59.98. Don't forget, with the club discount, you get 10% off that price. So you get 2 for £54, which is amazing. £27 each.
It really is. If you've been looking at the prices, I was saying to Shaun, my local garden centre, they've got some of these. They are a little bit bigger, to be fair, but each one is £200.
Yeah.
£200.
Yeah. My local supermarket has got some olive trees at the moment, and I'd give them a C- probably. But they're just the basic standard olive trees. I have only seen the spiral ones a couple of times in my life. They are absolutely beautiful. And even without the olives, they look great right now, don't they?
Yeah, and do you know what? You see these a lot grown, I mean, in all sorts of places, outside, business establishments and things. And the reason for that is they're pretty easy to grow. And, of course, you've got that evergreen colour on them. And they do add a touch of class and elegance, don't they?
I was telling Bex, I've had some of my olive trees 12, 15 years, and I've left them out all winter long. We do regard them as winter hardy, unless if it's really cold or you've got an exposed site with some really harsh, sort of like snowy winds. Mine have survived every single winter. And I have had olives. You always get olives, but in terms of them ripening, when we get those long hot summers, when we get those amazing Septembers and Octobers, every few years I've been able to actually eat the olives.
Wow.
But not every year, I'll be honest. Some years you get the olives and they look really attractive, but it's not quite hot enough for them to ripen. But now we're getting warmer Septembers and Octobers.
Yeah, there's a chance.
Yeah, and obviously depending where you live as well. If you live in the south of the country, but even if the olives don't ripen, they look magical, don't they?
Absolutely. And the fact that you're getting a pair of these, if you do go for that double up deal, you know what a fan I am particularly, and I'm sure you are, Shaun, of that. That
symmetry.
Mirroring, the symmetry,
Yeah.
the either side of the front door or the back door or the patio or the seating area. It adds a touch of that holiday feel, doesn't it? That Mediterranean kind of holiday vibes.
Yeah. Honestly, they are just gorgeous. They are slow growing, so you're not going to get an olive tree get out of control. Now, I don't know if you know the answer to this, Bex.
Oh, go on.
Do you know the average age of an olive tree? How long it lives, I should say.
I'm going to say it's very long lasting, for
the
sure.
lifespan, I should say.
The lifespan of it. I mean, you're going to get decades out of these, surely. Go on.
It's really fascinating. The average lifespan of an olive tree is 500 years.
500?
Seriously. And there are some olive trees that are over 1,000 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the internet says anyway. Yeah, I looked it up a few weeks ago. I looked it up and I was just thinking.
That's incredible.
Yeah, isn't it?
I do always try and look for the lifespan of things because I think it's an important thing to know, isn't it?
They grow for hundreds of years.
They are approximately 80 centimetres tall, by the way, not 8 centimetres
tall. Oh, yes.
Just
well
spotted.
spotted.
That bit out there.
Yes.
Just in case.
As Stu let us down.
I'm not a giant.
8 centimetres. That'd be
I'm
small,
not
wouldn't
tiny.
it? Yeah. 8 centimetres is about. It's about that little bit there.
It's approximately 80 centimetres tall, and they will grow to probably metre and a half. They're going to take a little bit of time to get there, but yeah, that's the sort of height we are talking about. So just shorter than me.
The flowers you got here, by the way, the creamy white, they're not that significant, if we're honest, are they? They're not.
We grow this. This is for the evergreen foliage. Occasionally you get some fruits, occasionally you get some flowers, but it is more about this beautiful foliage. And it is this lovely kind of dusky foliage as well, isn't it? And it's there all year round, which is the beautiful thing about these.
I feel like I'm in Italy.
And of course that spiral stem.
I honestly, do you know what? I'm going to get a couple of these for the pub garden.
Yeah.
Make us look classy.
You will look classy, won't you?
They do, though. Do you know, I could imagine these outside like a beauty salon or something, couldn't you?
Yeah, totally. A spa or a beauty salon or a pub. And there's a reason that businesses have these outside of their premises. They're easy to grow. They're relatively drought tolerant.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a pot, so I would still keep them well watered, but they are relatively drought tolerant. And they're easy peasy.
Really easy. But, do you know, we've in all the years that YouGarden have been bringing you plants, I've only seen the spiral stem olive, I think, once before.
Yeah.
So it's a really rare type of olive tree. A lot of work's gone into growing of that. I know they're not the cheapest, but the value actually is incredible when you think of the work and the skill and how beautiful they are. So I'm going to buy them. And if you do double up, 2 for $59.98. It's only like $19.99 for an extra one. And remember, all club members would get 10% off. That is actually amazing value.
It really is.
So we've got our live chat, Bex, haven't we?
We have indeed. There's loads of people in the chat this morning. Good morning, Karen. She's saying morning, Bex, Stu and Shaun.
Morning.
Hope you are all well and have the sunshine. We don't have the sunshine. It's actually a bit chilly here. Hopefully it's going to warm up as the day goes on.
Yeah, we nearly put our jumpers back on.
Yeah, it's a bit chilly this morning.
It's nice at the weekend, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Really nice.
Neil saying good morning.
Morning, Neil.
That's Karen again. Grimmy, good morning, everyone. A bit rainy here in West Yorkshire, although the sun is trying to make an appearance. Yeah, I think that's the same for a lot of us. Alwyn, good morning, Alwyn. How are you today? Who else? Alwyn, Eleanor. Oh, Eleanor's saying good morning to everyone as well. And we are saying it's just warming up at the nursery. So, yes, it's starting to get there. So, fingers crossed. So, keep your chats coming in. Shaun and I have been let loose on the iPad again.
Yeah, we like
Stu
it.
is letting us loose with the tech. Let's see how we get on. There is, of course,
I think we've been good.
Oh, no, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm also allowed to check the emails as well on here. So if you want to, email into us, you absolutely can, and we have control of that too. It's ygtv@yougarden.com.
Right, what's Philip want to know?
Philip is saying, hi all. Could anyone tell me what's happening to my Euphorbia Black Pearl, please? Oh, hang on, I've got to switch mirroring on.
Right, let's have a look at his Euphorbia Black Pearl. I've got that one. It's lovely.
Connected. Okay, so he's saying, what's happening? Was nice and healthy last week, but looks terrible now. Both of them not looking good.
Let's
Thanks
have a look.
in advance. Hang on, I'm trying to open it.
Don't forget, if they are from YouGarden, they would have a lifetime guarantee anyway.
Okay, let's have a look. I'm just going to zoom into that slightly.
Ooh.
That isn't looking very happy at all,
is it? It's really not.
It looks like it's in a semi-shady spot. Is it too shady, maybe? I don't know.
Mine is semi-shade.
Mine is semi-shade as well.
It looks like it's completely dried out, but I doubt it would have because we've had so much rain, but it looks like it's completely dried out to me. So we don't know, but remember, if you bought it from YouGarden, it would come with a lifetime guarantee, though, wouldn't it?
It would, because it's got the winter hardy guarantee. There's another picture, so I might just load the other picture and just have a look at that one as well. I have to come out of it and then go back into it.
Yeah, I mean, mine are doing great.
Yes, it's looking a bit sad at the bottom there. So it might be a case of trimming back the flower on it.
Could give it a go.
Just trim back behind the flower head, give that a trim back and see what then happens to it after that.
Yeah, looks like it's kind of exhausted itself producing that massive flower.
It does, because that is a big flower.
Yeah, but you'd want to take the flower head off at this time of year anyway, so yeah, that's a good idea.
I did it with mine, and I moved mine, and then it looked very, very sad for a little while, but it's starting to perk back up again. I trimmed all the flowers off, and it is starting to perk back up again. So give that a go, Philip, and see if that helps. And then, as Shaun said, it does have the winter hardy guarantee on that one.
I mean, that's what the flower would look like as it goes over. So give it a go, and if not, get in touch with us and we'll replace those.
Absolutely.
Right.
What else have we got?
Left to right.
That way. Favourites.
Right. Oh my word. We've got such good deals on the oleanders today, haven't we?
We've got an even better deal on the oleanders.
Oh my word. Should we start with the oleanders? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, can we? Come on, look, honestly, you know, we love a deal, and this is unbelievable. I don't know why I said it like that, unbelievable. But oleanders, we've had these previously, but today, oh my word, 2 for $19.99. An email deal was coming out later in the week, but we thought, let's get in there first. Let's give our lovely viewers a chance of getting these. 2 of them, they're working out £10 each. Look at the quality of these oleanders.
Yeah, they're
£10
amazing,
each
aren't they?
on the double up.
The reason we point out the quality is because these come from the best breeder in the world. They're a Sicily-based breeder, a family business. There's a wait list to get to work with them. We have that relationship. These are multi-stemmed. Normally, there's at least 9 stems in each of those pots. There's foliage right the way down to the bottom. If Shaun takes one of those out of the pot, you'll be able to see the amazing root structure on there as well. Those are so superbly healthy, and they're just raring to grow in your garden. And of course, you're going to get flowers all summer long.
They are one of my favourite Mediterranean plants, and you do see them growing very, very freely in Spain and Italy. I've seen them in America as well. But they are hardy to -5 in the UK, so they will survive most winters in the UK. If it is particularly cold, again, just protect them, fleece them. But they will flower and flower and flower right the way through now to October, even maybe you get the odd flower in November. But the value is, I mean, even 1 for £20 would be good, but 2 for $19.99. The only thing we will say about oleanders, don't eat them, so don't eat any part of them, and that applies to your pets as well. And when you actually prune them back, so when the flowers go over, you want to take off the dead stems, just protect your hands from the sap, because that could cause irritation. But enjoy them. Just have a couple of these in your garden and just enjoy not just the look of the flowers, but a lovely, delicate fragrance as well. But they really are a spectacular Mediterranean plant. In their native countries, they'll grow several metres high, but in the UK, we say around about 1.5 metres. I have seen them go a bit taller than that, but they look magnificent if you want that really kind of Mediterranean look and feel to your garden. And Bex and I always says, well, these thrive on neglect. So once they're established, they really don't need a lot. They don't need a lot of watering. They don't need a lot of feeding. They really, really are a very, very easy but beautiful Mediterranean plant to grow in the UK. That is amazing value, Bex.
It really is. £10 each for something that's going to last you for many, many years. Flower all summer long. It's amazing.
I've just thought for us, we're club members, of course. Yes. We would get 2 for about £18. £9 each. This is. Sorry, but this is an absolute crazy price. Will you message us and let us know what you think about the price of the oleanders today?
Yes, please.
Yes?
Yes, please. I was just going into the chat because I know some people are offering some comments on the euphorbia. Somebody's saying maybe the stones on the euphorbia are making it too hot. Could be baking the roots. Yeah, Eleanor.
That's not bad.
That could be. Yeah. That could be something. Don't know.
Yeah.
I love that you're all chatting to each other, though. I really enjoy the fact that you've created your own little community on our YouGarden page.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
And it is all about sharing, isn't it?
It is.
Right, let's show you how to order these, because you are going to have to use that offer code, don't forget, to get this amazing deal. These are going to fly today, by the looks of things. So go to YouGarden.com. Quickly, let's find out the item. Now, they are coming up at £30. Do not panic.
Yes. You've got to put your code in order to get that amazing price. So we've got 1 in the basket. Here we go with the code YGTV2324. Put the code in, apply the code. Look at that.
And you get your free gift there?
We got $14.99 on there, and we got a free gift, but look what happens when we put the second one in. Wow, just £5 more and you've got 2 of those.
But what I would do, I'd want the free delivery.
Yeah.
So if you can get some compost in there.
Get your olive trees in there.
Yeah. I'd go for some compost today, definitely, because you're going to need it.
I'm down to my last bag again, always. Always down to my last bag.
And there you go. Suddenly we get free delivery.
Yay.
And look at that. We are getting 2 oleanders. We are getting 2 bags of 50 litres compost. We are getting our best-selling fertiliser. That will make 100 litres. The one thing I'd do, though, I would definitely join the club today. Save a further £5.50. Become a YouGarden Discount Club member. And membership is £5 a year on auto-renewal. So add that membership to your basket if you're not a member, and it'll cost you £5, but you'll save £5.50, so you're quids in.
Yeah, perfect time to join the club with that order.
You're 50p in.
You're 50p in, but then you're going to be quids in for every time you place an order for the next 12 months. Which is brilliant. Just want to say good morning to Dingo and Alice on Facebook, and Philip, of course. I know we've got the YouTube chat, but Stu's got the Facebook chat, so he will let us know what you're saying on there.
Yeah, it still needs some control, Stu, doesn't it? Of course it does.
Well, he can't let us loose.
Not on everything.
Can you imagine what would happen if he let us loose? Could you imagine? It'd be a nightmare, wouldn't it? Who was asking, can the oleanders go out the front of the house? Linda was asking, can they go out the front of the house? What if someone's walking a dog past and they lick it? I mean, that is very much a judgment call from your side of things.
It really is. You know your neighbourhood better than we do. But we just say, make sure that your pets and humans do not eat any plants. There's lots of plants you've got to be careful of in the garden.
There's so many.
If you actually look, I mean, I've got a cat, and actually, if I look at the amount of plants that potentially are not suitable, it's actually quite a big list.
Yeah.
But you've got your little dog. Animals tend to kind of.
Snowdrops are toxic.
I know.
And I've got snowdrops in my garden.
Yeah.
I keep an eye on them. Look, if you want to put them out the front of the house, but you're worried about other people's dogs chewing them or getting to them, put them in raised planters.
Yeah.
Raise them up. Get a tall planter and put them in a tall planter so the dog can't actually get to them. It's just a suggestion.
Yeah, but it is a personal judgment call, I think.
It is, I'm afraid.
But they are amazing, I promise you, in terms of plants. They are flying. I mean, the value today is just off the scale. Orders coming through right now. 2 of these, if you're a club member, £18. 2 of them. And as Bex was saying, our Sicily grower for these, family business, decades of experience, we know how good they are. Look at these stems.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 9 stems. There are 9 stems coming out of that plant.
To be fair, this one's got about 6 or 7 Bex, but it's still great. Oh, no, it's got 7, 8. Oh, no, you're right. Even that's got 9.
Some of them are slightly smaller stems, but they are stems coming out of there. So multi-stemmed, evergreen, flowers all summer long, drought tolerant once it gets established, and absolutely stunning. I love the oleanders. I don't have any myself. I can't find space. At some point, I will. I promise I will.
Well, if you want them at the best price we have done, I think it's the best price we've done in years. I really do.
So.
Get them in your basket right now, 680057. And don't forget, if you get your order to over £40, no postage to pay.
Stu says he's tempted. Even Stu is tempted.
Stu, they would look really good because Stu's got quite a few Mediterranean plants in his garden.
Yeah, but he's not the decision maker, you see. Sam makes the decisions.
Sam knows a bit about it. That's Stu's wife. But they've got some really nice palms, and these look great amongst them.
Yeah, definitely.
They really would. So yeah, let us know about your oleanders. Are you buying them right now? What do you think of the price? How many are you ordering?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to move on to ferns next. And we were saying the other week that Chelsea Flower Show this year was all about grasses and ferns.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
foliage, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of foliage. Lots of quite natural looking gardens. Hang on, that's good. The prices today are crazy.
Yeah, I know. So you're getting 6 plug plants, but you can double up. So we've got the 6 plug plants out here. These are the 6 different ferns. We can run through which ones you've got. You've got 6 of them here, but you can actually double up and get 12 of these if you want to. So £9.99 for 6, £5 more, and you'll get 12 of these. And these are fantastic if you want that kind of jungle feel, that kind of... You've got shady areas in your gardens because ferns work absolutely beautifully in there. You've got RHS Award of Garden Merit winners in here, like the majority of them are. Most of them, I think, are evergreen. There might be some that are semi-evergreen, but most of them are evergreen. And it's all about the different coloured foliage and those beautiful fronds that come out of them.
I'll tell you what, Bex, I'm looking at the size of them as well. I mean, these are not...
No, they're not small.
No. I mean, if these were instantly put in a 9-centimetre pot, the value of them or the price of them, you could easily be charging.
And they're a decent size to go into a 9-centimetre pot, aren't they? These aren't small plugs at all. In here, we've got the Japanese painted fern. That's got those lovely silvery fronds, colour changes as well. Goes through purples, greens, red flushes. Reaches about 40 centimetres, but it'll spread by at least double that as well. The copper shield fern. We've got the Korean rock fern, the Japanese lace fern, the Fortune Crytonium, and I love this name, the hairy lip fern.
Yeah, I like that one as well.
That's the best name, isn't it? But you've got a mixture of sizes, mixture of colours, mixture of shapes to the foliage in there. All of the information, by the way, of each of those varieties is on the website. So, you know, when you're planting these out, you might just want to pay attention to the sizes and heights that they will grow so that you get them in the right order. But yeah, you've got RHS Award of Garden Merit winners. So these are proven performers. And I just think incredibly valuable for those shady spots in your garden, because it can be tricky, can't it? It can be tricky to get things to grow well in those spaces. This is why I've got some hardy ferns in my garden. In
fact, I'm just going to show you my ferns. I'm going to send them to... Are you
going to send them to me?
Well, I could send them to you, and then we could put on the...
Yeah, do it. No, just email it, and I can bring them up.
I'll just email it, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, email it to YGTV, and then I'll bring the pictures up on the iPad. We got all the tech going on in here. It's absolutely fine. So do remember, I mean, let me just show you the size of the plugs that we are talking about here, because they're not dainty little plugs at all. These are the nice big plugs. So these are totally ready for you to plant out. They are hardy, so this is not one you need to worry about. As I said, the majority of these are evergreen. There might be a couple that are semi-evergreen, but in the most part, you're going to have foliage all year round. And of course, all these beautiful shades and colours.
And actually, with climate change, and you know, we are getting wetter seasons, aren't we? Ferns love that, so they don't mind being moist. They do really, really well, and they're so easy, as Bex was saying. And I've done a whole side of my garden with ferns, and I've got bamboo. It's all foliage, one side of my garden. And do you know what? It's really low maintenance. The ferns have stopped a lot of the weeds coming through as well. But it really, really looks good. Now, this is how good we are with technology. So I've just sent in a picture to YouGarden. Bex has got it on the iPad, and now, as if by magic, Bex can put it on the big screen for you at home. We're getting good, aren't we?
It's not going to go full screen. I'll just zoom in. There you go. Hey! I love those pictures when you've got your smiley face.
I look like a hamster. But, but can you see that whole side? You can see the ferns over my shoulder. Can you see them?
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, and that's all foliage. And that side, it just had an ugly fence, basically. It was, and that's, I've done that in 3 years. That whole border has been established in 3 years.
Amazing.
Don't know what it is about that side of the garden, but all the plants do really well. But the ferns, we were getting so many weeds, and the ferns have stopped the weeds. They've filled in all the gaps. I think it look great.
I think it looks beautiful. Yeah, definitely. Oh, apparently Dingo's just bought 4 of the oleanders. Very nice.
Well done, Dingo. Yeah, the oleanders are absolutely flying, but that does not surprise us. I think we're going to have one of the busy shows ever today.
I think we might do, because we've got such a range of products for you. Beautiful plants. And this one is the Ferntastic deal that we've got for you. £9.99 if you go for the 6 plugs, but if you double up, it's just £5 more to get another 6 of those.
Tell you what, if I had any room, I'd put some more ferns in, but yeah,
done.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of space. I could fit some ferns in.
They do well in your garden as well,
They would do really well.
Yeah, really well.
Let's move on to the canny deal next, shall we? I can't take credit for this. This is all stew in my ear. What we've got is the beautiful canna lily, the Canova, the bronze peach, and I think these are beautiful. You grow lots of canna lilies, don't you?
I do. So I'll just be honest. I've got a cat, so I've got to be a bit careful with some lilies.
Agreed, yeah.
Obviously. So this is one that is, generally speaking, regarded as safer for dogs and cats. You know, there are many plants that are not 100% safe, but for me, it's a safer lily to grow in my garden. But I just find them spectacular.
Well, it's another one that's got a bit of a tropical feel.
Really
we're on a bit of a tropical thing going down this table, and I think the canna lilies do have that lovely kind of tropical feel to them. The foliage is absolutely incredible.
I was going to say, even if you were just growing that as a foliage plant,
I love it.
Because the leaves remind me a bit of a banana plant, a little bit. But I would be very, very happy if that was just foliage. But when they flower, they are just spectacular.
I love the sheen on there as well.
Yeah.
Look at that, isn't it beautiful? Yes, you're going to get these beautiful sort of vibrant orange, almost, and it's got an orange and a sort of soft peach colour to it. It's a really gorgeous combination. And against that kind of darker bronze foliage, it is just one of the most amazing contrasts you can get. Of course, they will form clumps as well. So this is a plant that you can actually divide, normally in autumn, and then you'll overwinter that to then plant out again in springtime. It is perennial, so obviously it will come back for you. And apparently, this one is known for deterring deer and rabbits.
No, I saw that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I've got much of a problem with...
I was just wondering, being out in the countryside, whether you get lots of rabbits.
No. I've never had rabbits. We've seen the odd deer, but they've never got in the garden.
They don't get in your garden.
A sheep got in the garden the other day, and I'm not joking. No, seriously. And when you've got a sheep just running around the garden, it's
That's
quite...
going to eat everything as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just trample it. It's quite... And the poor sheep was scared. I was scared, but we rang the farm and the sheep was fine.
Okay, good.
The garden was ruined, but...
We can sort that later. But yeah, you are going to get... Well, you can go for a triple deal. It is a triple deal.
Oh, we've missed one, haven't we?
No. So
we have got three now.
It's one for $9.99. Yeah, there are three here,
Sorry,
by the
I couldn't
way.
see the third one, Bex.
1, 2, and 3.
That's such
good
value.
There's 3 of those. So you can get 1 for $9.99, or you can get 3 for $19.98. So it's a bit like buy 2 and get 1 free. In actual fact, Stu's going to show us how to do that.
Good.
Essentially, you've got to.
So I'm just finding
do it.
pictures of my canna lilies now.
The idea is that you put 3 into your basket. Here's the item. Don't use that. Put 1 into your basket and then go in. We've already entered. Oh, there's the 2 in there. If we go to 1 for $9.99, we had a second one in for $19.98. We put a third one in. The price doesn't. Oh, we need to put the code in. That's why. Yep, let's put a code in. YGTV 2324 and see what happens now. There we go. $19.98. Whether you've got 2 in there or whether you've got 3 in there, the price stays the same. So do make sure that you enter 3 into your basket, and make sure it's the individuals you enter into your basket, not the triple pack that you can see on the front screen. I just had to wedgie that out of that pot. It took me all of that time that I was talking. But look at the roots on there.
And they should flower, we should say, this year as well. Bex, I've just sent you a picture of my canna lilies. Do you mind?
I will have a quick look, yeah. Look at those.
I know. A little tip, by the way, when these flower, and I used to get this wrong, when they flowered, previously in my garden, and then went over, I chopped the dead flowers off, but new flowers can sometimes come through the old ones.
Nice.
About a month later, so don't take off the stems once they flower, just leave them a little bit, and you should see some new growth. Has it not come through, Bex?
No, I've still just got your ferns picture. It'll come in a minute. We'll get to it.
Only because it's such a good one. You have to zoom in. Shall I send it again?
It's fun us having control of the tech, isn't it?
Right.
When it comes to, send it again. When it comes
I've sent
through,
it
we'll
again.
show it.
And you'll have to zoom into the corner. They're there.
Yeah, okay.
I just want you to get these, and I really mean that, because they are. If you want that, again, these go great with the oleanders actually. But if you want that Mediterranean look and feel, because none of us can afford holidays, can we?
No.
That is true.
I mean, I've got a little 5-day break, or I'm going to Centre Parks, but I'm going to tell you the truth, I haven't paid for it. My mum has, because I can't afford.
I'm thinking of taking.
Thank you, Mum, if you're watching.
I'm thinking of taking my mum for a day at Skegness.
Yeah. A lovely day at Skegness. Fish and chips on the beach.
Yeah. We might just go for the chips. But no, seriously, if you want that Mediterranean look, they would work really well with the oleanders. And you are getting that triple deal, 3. Has it not come through still?
Triple deal.
3.
Make sure you put 3 in your basket. The individual ones, not the triple pack that's on the front page, or you won't get that deal.
And you do need to protect them over the winter. Now, I'm going to be really honest. It's a long story, this one.
Oh, my word.
But my canna lilies, we used for our Christmas pantomime. We do a pantomime at the pub, and we were taking the mickey out of the garden club that I run, right? So what we did, I got the canna lilies in the winter, all dead leaves, because that's what happens. And we used them in the pantomime and made out that the garden club had grown them and this was the best they'd done. And then I forgot all about them, and they were left in the garage until literally 2 weeks ago. So they'd been in the dark, they'd not been watered,
no water.
And new growth was coming through.
Wow.
But you do need to protect them over winter. But seriously, they were in the dark in the garage. Right, have you found them, Bex?
I found your picture. This is your little tropical area of the garden.
I'm really proud of this bit.
Oh, I love your hanging chairs. Look at those chairs over there. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? But actually, what we want to look at is over here.
Yeah, so I think they're probably the same variety or very similar, but don't they look good?
They look absolutely beautiful. I love those white plants. What are those flowers you've got
They're
underneath?
petunias.
Are they?
Yeah, they're a bit blurred, aren't they?
Yeah, it's because I've had to zoom right in.
Yeah, they're petunias.
Very nice.
And, Bex, you know the bougainvillea that I'm going to give you?
Yeah, is it this?
It's that. No, it's behind the petunias.
Oh, that there.
I think that was a bougainvillea as well. But that was my little tropical display. But please get the canna lilies. They are absolutely stunning, and the value there is amazing. Really
Very
is.
nice.
Right.
Let's move on to some grass now, shall we? The Imperator Red Baron. This one has been superbly popular on QVC. I know you had it there recently, didn't you? It was really popular. I'm
laughing because before the show, Bex was showing us some of her bloopers, and you could not say this word for it because we do web sales, so there's videos. There's videos of products on our website, and it's so funny because we both get them wrong sometimes.
Stu's put together a blooper reel, which it's all me basically. It's like 2 minutes of me just completely messing up words and things, and I could not say Imperator. Imperator.
And yet on the live shows, it's just like, oh, here's your Imperator Red Baron. What a stunning grass this is, though. I cannot believe. Sorry, the prices today. You are going to have to make the most of the prices today because Jenny's back next week, and Jenny's our commercial director.
Yes, she is.
But 3 of these for £9.97. That is crazy.
It's rooty.
Go on, Bex.
I'm trying. It's a rooty beauty.
Seriously,
for sure.
I want to buy all of these, even though I've got them. So, while Bex gets out, this grass is one of the most stunning grasses that you could ever buy. In the summertime...
I pulled a bit of grass through.
In the summertime, the foliage goes from green to red. You get this blaze of fabulous red grass. And they don't go too big, about 50 centimetres in height, by about 30. But... We often see the garden designers planting 3s, and 3 of these are going to look amazing. Look at those roots, Bex. Yeah,
really good, healthy root system there when I finally managed to get it out of the pot. It's definitely a strong, healthy plant ready for you to plant in your garden. The bright red that you get on the grass here is absolutely incredible. It really is properly bright red. And the thing with grasses is that they are so low maintenance. They're so easy. But please don't think about these just as, a low maintenance plant for a gravel garden. Actually, grasses are enjoying a bit of a renaissance at the moment. They're back in favour, they're popular, and I think it's because they add colour, structure, contrast to the garden. You can plant these in amongst your softer, summer bedding and things, and it creates the most gorgeous displays. In fact, that's exactly what I've done. I've put one of these, it was a baby one, it's one I was rescuing. It was on the trolley here, one of those ones a while ago. Yes. And it's a rescue, so it's tiny, but I've mixed it in. It's right next to my geranium Roseanne, and it's going to look amazing when it comes up.
They do work really well with your perennials and your flowering shrubs and everything, really. But equally, if you've got a low-maintenance garden, if you've just got pots, gravel, things like that, they can look absolutely spectacular. I'm going to say again, the value of this table today is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like really, really good today, and we are really busy already.
I made a mess.
3 of those for just £9.97. They do die down, by the way, in the winter months. This grass does die down. It is winter hardy.
You cut it down, don't you, and let it just do its thing. But the new growth comes back up in the springtime next year. You
start getting green shoots in sort of like March, and then
put it in full sun if you want that bright red colour. It'll coat with part shade, but if you want the bright red, it needs to be in the sun.
It's very similar to me. If I'm in full sun, I do go bright red, and that should be my nickname, Imperator.
Imperator.
Shaun Ryan Imperator. But I do, I do go bright red in the sun, and this one will too. Right.
Perennials.
Yes.
Now then, I'm just taking off some of the leaves. This is the Lucky Dip.
I love this one.
This is absolutely incredible. So this is a 9-plant collection, 9 9-centimetre pots. Each one of these in a garden centre At least a fiver, right?
I'd say £5.
£5 for each one of these that you would pay normally in a garden centre.
Yeah, I'd say £5.
And these aren't just put into 9-centimetre pots. These have been growing in these pots for a while. You can see that when we take that out, you can see that lovely root structure. It is a lucky dip. We can't tell you what you're going to get, but here is a selection of some amazing ones. This one is a salvia. We've got a gaillardia in here. We've got geums in here. We've got, what is this one? I've never heard of this. Artemisia Powell's Castle.
I've not grown that one.
Not heard of that one. This one looks like a geranium of some kind. Oh no, Alchemilla. We've got Lucan, Madonna. There's this lovely one down the front here.
There's so many nice ones.
I mean, honestly, it's incredible. Another Achillea down the front there. And this
Hollyhock.
one, a hollyhock. Yeah, you can't mistake those leaves, can you? Hollyhock on that one as well.
I mean,
that's 9 there. There's another 9 down the bottom because it is a buy one, get one free. So there's 9 pots. There's another 9 down there. If you've got the code in your basket, put one in your basket, we will automatically put another one in for you. And it might not be exactly the same because obviously it's a lucky dip. So you'll get 9, you'll get another 9 for free, and the other 9 might be some repeats, but some completely different ones as well.
Right, I need to see this to believe it.
It's awesome, isn't it?
So we need to add an right, that is just ridiculous. So they're working out at just over £1 a plant.
Just over £1 a plant, yeah. So I think this is great for a lot of different people. So if you've got a brand new garden, like you 3 years ago when you first had your garden, what a fantastic collection to go for. Dot those around. But also, I think this is great if you've got, a fairly established garden, because we've always got gaps in our garden, haven't we? We've got a plant that's died off, that needs replacing. We can always find those little gaps to fill, and this will fill those gaps.
And what I've learned over the years is I love my summer bedding, don't get me wrong, but my last garden was all bedding, really. It was all pots and bedding, and it did cost a lot because I had to replace it in summer, and then I did my winter bedding. Perennials are such great value because they come back every single year. All of these would be winter hardy. I would say all of them sun apart shade, and lots of different heights and textures and different colours in the collection. It will be a lucky dip, but Bex highlighted some of the ones that you are likely to get there. And these are all really proven favourites that will come back, say, with very little effort whatsoever.
Very little,
but they're really well established, like that salvia there.
Well, these
Bex,
3 at the back, I mean, I haven't done this on purpose, but you've got the gaillardia, you've got the salvia, and you've got the geum.
Look at that pretty geum.
Those 3 together are stunning, aren't they? Just those 3.
I'd forgotten it was a buy one get one free, seriously. So 18 plants for $19.99. Club members, it's £1 each.
Yeah.
So the value, this table is, I think, I'm going to give this table the award of being the best table ever on YouGarden TV.
We've got an A+ on this table right now. This is our favourites table. This is what we think will be your favourites for the week. Now, sometimes things get changed throughout the week depending on your votes, what you buy.
Yeah.
But I'm quite hopeful that we've got it right this week.
So Stu reckons that we've got a new guy doing the pricing this week. Is that true?
Apparently, yeah. Ryan. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Good job, Ryan.
Really good job.
Hope you keep your job.
I'm not joking though,
It's excellent. It's absolutely excellent.
Best table we've ever done on YouGarden TV, and I don't say that lightly. Would you agree, Bex?
No, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, oleanders. We have got a double up deal on those, 2 for $19.99. Club members about £18. And remember, these are Mediterranean plants, hardy to -5, grow really well in the UK. Evergreen, gorgeous flowers, lovely, lovely, delicate fragrance. They need a sunny position, very important. They need as much sun as possible and well-drained soil. When they're established, they are drought tolerant. We sometimes say they thrive on neglect. They're grown in Sicily for us by some amazing breeders. We believe them to be the best in the world. And you'll get numerous flowers on each stem all the way through the summer. And each stem can produce dozens of these gorgeous 4-petaled red flowers. Absolutely stunning.
I love that colour as well. It's such a beautiful... It's not a scarlet red. It's kind of a... It's got a pinkish tinge to it as well, hasn't it? It's a lovely, lovely colour, very classy, very beautiful. Flowers for such a long time. It's so easy.
Right, loads of people on the group chat still, Bex?
Loads of people, yes. George, bit late to party, but morning, everyone. Good morning, George.
You're not late to the party.
You're not late. Olwen, one of my parcels is out for delivery.
Yay!
Yay! Lovely. Karen says mine too as well. Olwen, you've sent a picture of your wisteria in bloom. We will have a look at that.
I wish my parcel's out for delivery.
I know.
I've not checked actually.
Got a question from Olwen. Actually,
Go on,
when can
Olwen.
I replant azaleas?
I think it's a good time now.
You could do it, because azaleas should have just finished flowering, shouldn't they? So I think if they've finished flowering, it's not too hot at the moment, so actually you could probably get away with it now.
I was going to say the same thing. If it was scorching hot and it was
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, 25, 30 degrees, which it can be in June, but I like to repot when it's this kind of temperature. It's warm, but it's wet. We're still getting quite a lot of rain. It's not a bad time to do it, actually.
I don't think it's horrendous.
Or wait till the autumn, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Karen's come in, bless her. She said best to do it autumn or spring, but if you want to do it now, give it plenty of water in a shady position.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you, Karen. Yeah, I mean, normally we would be saying autumn or spring, but I just think because of the weather at the moment, you could probably get away with it.
I've been moving things around in my garden, which I wouldn't normally do in June.
Yeah.
But it's because it has been wet and warm. I'm sort of like, I'm risking a little bit, but...
I did it with my Corydalis the other day.
Did you?
Remember I was saying that the Corydalis, the blue heron, is getting taken over by the geranium roseanne.
Yeah, you said, yeah.
And I just looked at it the other day and I was like, do you know what, I'm going to move it. Fortunately, because I've got that thick, heavy clay soil, I can dig all around it.
And take a big
and
chunk
I can
out.
take a massive chunk out, and it
So
doesn't even feel like it's being moved. So I've done that.
So we normally say, just the general rule is to move things in, early spring or autumn. That's the best time.
Yeah.
But say it is weather dependent.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the fact that azaleas have gone over and they're flowering, that I think means something a bit different.
Right.
Let's move on.
Are you loving these?
I'm loving these. I'm loving the price of these, because they are one of the more expensive items. They're one of the more expensive items that we bring as well. Because, I mean, check out the amount of work that's gone into creating this, first of all. Honestly, this is not easy to create this beautiful spiral stem here.
That would be years, I'd have thought, of
Honestly,
work and
I think
growing.
that's taken a lot of skill.
Olives are really quite slow growing, so it... Everyone takes the week out of the way I say years and years. What is it?
Years and years. When you're not here, you know how we do impressions of people? Like our lovely old friend Izzy, that used to be our producer. I'm on a double. We've all got that little impression. The one I've got of you is years and years.
See, I've not got one of you.
I know, you need to find one.
I really haven't.
Yeah,
I've got one.
You're right, Stu.
I've got one of
It
Mum.
would involve swear words, wouldn't it? That's the problem.
I always do impressions of my mum.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Even I've started doing it now.
Yeah.
That's not right.
She calls Bex Bix.
Bix.
No, she's like, I really like that Bix that you work with.
I really like you too, Carol.
Hope she's watching. Good morning, Mum.
Morning.
I've got a feeling she's doing something today.
My mum.
Oh no, she's going out at lunch, but she's watching in the morning.
Oh, there you go. Good morning, Sheila, if you're watching.
Morning, Sheila.
Don't know if she is or not.
And good morning to everybody that's joined us on YouGarden TV. Right, I am going to buy this for the pub, you know.
I think you should.
I just think I know they look really nice.
They're very classy, aren't they? And the reason that you see them outside of businesses and establishments is that they are super easy, nice and drought tolerant. Even, I mean, I would keep them watered in a pot and stuff, but they can get quite drought tolerant. But you get that gorgeous evergreen colour from these. So, you know, it's not like the people at the pub will have to constantly be looking after these. Tiny bit of clipping, you know, to maintain this lovely shape up at the top, but that's kind of it as far as maintenance and care is concerned.
You will get olives, but just being honest, they won't maybe ripen every year. It just depends on what kind of a summer we have. But on this kind of long hot summers, or depending where you live as well, if you live in the south, you are very likely to get edible olives. But even if the olives don't quite ripen, they look really attractive. They look really good. And even without olives right now, these look really pretty, don't they?
Yeah, I love the foliage
really
actually,
pretty.
because it's got that kind of almost like eucalyptus colour to it. It's that kind of soft, sort of silvery touch to it. It's not a glossy evergreen. evergreen, but I quite like that. It's got that kind of dusty look and feel to it. And it's just beautiful and really easy to look after. They are winter hardy. You know, if it's in a very exposed area, you might want to give it just that extra bit of winter protection just to keep an eye on it. But you were saying you've had yours for
I was saying I've had mine years and years and years.
Years and years.
I think I've had some of mine 15 years, and I've never ever lost one of them. I've got, I think I've got 5 olive trees, and I've never ever lost one of them.
Really?
But these are just beautiful. They are like a work of art, and they really stand out. We very rarely get them on the show. These will have come from one of our brilliant Mediterranean growers, so grab them today. And I know they're a bit of a luxury to have, but come on. You're going to have these probably for the rest of your life, and they are going to look amazing.
They are going to look absolutely beautiful. Now, Stu's told me to check the chat. I'm not sure I get it.
Go on.
Karen said, will these olives be okay to keep in a porch? George said, if the wind blew down the way, you would have a bouncy olive. Oh, it's like a spring. Oh, okay. I get it now. Sorry. I was a bit slow there. Yeah,
I was slow as well. I'm thinking, what
does that mean?
What are they going on about?
I love it. Yeah, very good.
Let us know if you're buying these. They are absolutely beautiful. I think they make a great gift as well. And when I used to have a little balcony. I used to live in Leeds for a while, and I had a little balcony. Even in a small courtyard on a balcony, they can look amazing. Yeah,
that's a really good point, actually. For those small areas, you know, as you say, on a balcony or something, to get something that's going to look good all the time, that's great. Love it.
I adore those. Right, just really quickly, we urgently need to remind you of those oleanders. Best that we've ever done. I was going to say ever.
I think it must be ever.
If you go back to maybe when the company started in year 2000-ish. Even then, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't ever remember being that low in price.
So honestly. A pair of oleanders today, in flower, in bloom. You've got to double up, so you've got to put 2 in your basket, but you will get them for £19.99, about £18 for club members. 680057. They are selling really quickly. Remember, hardy to -5, fully evergreen, flower all summer long. They are drought tolerant when established, and they are just beautiful. Just make sure you don't eat any part of the oleander. That applies to you and your pets as well. Right.
Something we both got in our gardens. I've only got one, you've got 3, didn't you say?
3 of these, yeah.
These are really stunning at the moment, aren't they? You'll see these, I've seen so many of these, and I adore this. I adore the colour combination. The beautiful, dark, maroony, almost black coloured foliage that you've got on here. And then these, dusky pink, gorgeous clusters of tiny flowers, but big clusters, because there's loads of them, that just contrast effortlessly and perfectly against that black foliage. It's incredible. Now, mine's taken a bit of time to grow, but yours, you said they grew quite quickly.
They are. Sambucas are actually really quite vigorous. They're not invasive, they're not like bamboo, but they are quite vigorous. And I planted mine in my garden because it was a new garden and had lots of massive spaces to fill. And mine, in the space of 3 years, are now, one of them, I would say, last year got to 2.5 metres probably.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
See, that's why I planted it, because I wanted something that go quite quickly, but it's not growing quickly in my garden.
I think I sent a picture to Stu of this, didn't I?
I think
Have you got it, Stu?
Well, this does. Oh, yeah, I've got it. Yes, you're right. I've got it. This plant does have the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, by the way. So it is a proven performer in your garden.
Bex, I promise this is the last picture I'll send you. By the way.
No, it's fine. Did you actually send it via email, or did you airdrop it to?
I sent it to Stu.
Thanks,
I airdropped it to Stu, and then emailed it to you.
I got it.
And now we're going to share it with you at home.
There we go.
So mine is literally 3 years old, and it was this size when I planted it, and it's right there. That's it. Look at it. And
so that's 3 years ago.
That's 3 years. Honestly, well, yeah. I only moved in the house in 2020, and that was planted in 2021. It's amazing. To be fair, the others haven't grown quite as big as that. And the great thing is, in terms of pruning, they're really easy. I don't know what it is about the stems, but they are, even the big, thick stems, you can cut back so quickly and easily. And actually, every year I prune mine down to about maybe a metre I did last year.
Yeah.
And it's all grows back so quickly.
Wow.
Love them, absolutely love them. They are deciduous, they lose the leaves in winter, they sort of like sprout again in March. Yours hasn't grown quite so big then, Bex.
No, it hasn't. Joe, I'm gonna give it a good trim this year and see if that helps to encourage new growth for next year. But it doesn't matter. I absolutely adore it. It is that the reason I love it is it's got that kind of Acer feel to the, you know, it's got those dissected leaves on it.
Totally agree.
Totally has that kind of feel to it. But of course, then you've got the ornamental value of these massive, great big clusters of flowers that can get 15 centimetres in diameter. They really do. They don't smother and cover the plant, which is good because you kind of want that contrast with that black foliage behind it. It's a true head turner at this time of year. June and July, when you see those flowers on there, it's absolutely gorgeous. And it is used a lot in sort of designer gardens. I keep talking a lot recently about my make-believe garden. If I was starting a garden from fresh, I've got a list, my fantasy garden, I've got a list of plants that would go in there. This is definitely one of them that is on that list. Without doubt, this would be in that fantasy garden.
Totally agree. And you get the berries, of course, as well.
Yes, of course, the berries come as well.
Yeah. It's just amazing. But they are quite fast growing, so do bear that in mind. If you've got an area that's got a big gap and you just want it to fill out fairly quickly, these are pretty fast growing as well. But I completely agree with you. I've got mine with acers, grasses, ferns, and it all seems to work really, really well. It's a beautiful plant, and only $14.99 today. Don't forget, by the way, if you have just joined us, good morning.
Good morning.
We're full of energy today, aren't we?
We are. It's because we're in our favourite place. We're here.
Yes, and we had our lattes today as well.
Oh, they were good.
Although the supermarket that does the lattes has stopped doing the jam donuts, which is probably a good thing. But yeah. Anyway, this is your free gift today.
Could have done with a donut.
I know, same here. So this is your free gift today. It's our Blooming Fast. It's our premium fertiliser. This one bag will make 100 litres. That's about 20 gallons of our liquid feed, which is really high in your NPK. So all of the trace elements, minerals in there, and this will basically look after roots, shoots, and flowers.
Yeah, it's amazing, honestly. And I mean, for anybody that just waters their plants, I was trying to get this through to my mother-in-law the other day because she was talking to me about her fuchsias. I gave her some fuchsias and she was like, oh, one of my fuchsias isn't doing very well. And I was like, do you feed it? No, I just water it. Okay, it needs feeding? No, I can't be bothered.
Definitely fuchsias.
You need to feed. You absolutely do. There's certain plants that need it more than others. But if you want the best flowers, the best fruit production, you know, really strong, healthy roots, you need to feed.
And do you know the bit I don't get? Why people buy the ready-made plant food. There's a big brand out there.
I know.
And I don't do it a disservice because it's good. But you buy it ready-made, so you're paying for the plastic bottle, you're paying for that big plastic bottle to be transported across the UK from the distribution centre, whatever, and go to the supermarket shelves. This, you can make yourself 1 teaspoon in your watering can, and then you've got the most amazing plant food.
It's so quick and easy.
It really is.
And actually, if you've got a water butt, it's a great thing because you can just pour the entire packet into the water butt.
And have it ready-made.
And it's ready-made. So all you've got to do is fill your watering can up from your water butt.
And by the way, this is the big sachet. We do a small one.
Yeah, which is $2.99,
there it is, $2.99. Anyway, don't need to worry about this. This is the next size up, so it will make 100 litres of plant food. What I did last year when we did these offers, I stockpiled. I know you did the same.
I did.
I placed lots of separate orders and I stockpiled. So if you want to do that, be our guest. But it's a brilliant gift. And that's all you do, literally 1 teaspoon in your watering can or your water butt, you put the whole lot in there. That's what it looks like, but it really has everything in there. So all of your minerals, your trace elements, your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium, and really high ratios as well. So I think it's 18, 18, 24, isn't it?
18, 18, 24, yeah, I think you're right.
So it's got as much as you could possibly get in there, basically. More chat?
Oh, it's just Andrew showing his
is this
olives.
Is this Andrew Lawrence?
No, I've got a picture. It's there, Stu, if you want to check. He sent a second email that had the picture in. Yeah, hey. I'm on it. Oh, I need to click on the picture.
It's all in flower right now.
Doesn't. I did, and it's not. There you go, look.
So Andrew,
he's saying that this is their 3rd year. And yeah, it's looking amazing. It's got the lovely little flowers on there, isn't it?
That is really, lovely. That's
going to,
with a bit of luck, Andrew, because you've got loads of flowers on that, and if we get a long, hot summer, I mean, let's be honest, I always think Mother Nature evens out. and we've had quite a slow start to summer. So I'm predicting we have one of those summers that's really great towards the end.
Oh, I hope so.
So yeah, I hope we get olives. I mean, you will get olives, but let's hope
I'm
they
just
ripen.
looking at what's in those pots over there. What is that?
Begonias.
Those are begonias,
Yeah,
aren't
got some
they?
begonias there.
Just love that pink colour against that dark coloured foliage. That's so pretty.
Yeah, I love
Just
begonias.
spying on the rest of your garden, Andrew. Oh, look, there's one of our Diablo pots. Oh, and one of those big black pots as well. I've got those with all my dahlias in. Just spying on your garden.
Come on, keep going, Bex. I'm enjoying this.
Keep going, keep going. I don't know if there's more roses over there. Look at the back. Oh, they've got loads of roses going on.
That's lovely. I love this.
Oh, look. What were those pots called?
I
Because
spy
I
with my
love
little
those.
eye.
What else we got? That's it, I think. There you go.
Andrew's got an
Spy in his
amazing garden. But thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes. Right. Coreopsis is next. Have a look at these. Again, you are going to get such an amazing deal. 3 of these. Call the earlies. Hang on, 3 for £9.99 again.
3 for £9.99, £3.33 each, even less if you are in the club. And Coreopsis is just one of the most beautiful colours, isn't it?
I
Lovely,
think so.
ruffled, bright yellow flowers. And they're just, I mean, they give that, it's definitely that sort of wild garden, wild flower.
I think that sort of country cottage, natural garden.
It's beautiful,
and again,
isn't it?
you know, a lot of the gardens at the Chelsea Flower Show this year were more natural. Lots of gardens were designed to encourage wildlife and the pollinators. But this flowers for a long time as well.
It does. It keeps going right the way through, doesn't it? May, right the way through to October time. It's got the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. So this is a true, garden performer. Lovely, tall, slender stems here. So you've got the foliage at the bottom and then those lovely, tall stems coming up. Sort of as you say, that cottage garden feel, the prairie plant kind of feel. Pollinators absolutely adore it. And just do a bit of deadheading and that'll help more blooms to come through and keep it going.
Feed it with your blooming fast.
Totally.
But great for sort of middle of the border, that one, about 60 centimetres height.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you get 3s, and I wish I had planted a few more of my plants in 3s, but it just doesn't work out like that. Sometimes you'll buy one plant, you'll be given a plant, you'll divide a plant, but actually when you've got areas of your garden with repeat flowering, 3s can look really good. They really can, and they'll form nice big clumps. So you're going to get that sea of yellow, and you will see lots of those pollinators as well. But a really easy plant to grow, that one.
Super easy, yeah. I mean, I got it as part of, it was part of the perennial
collection, it was,
in the plugs, you know, the 24 or 12 plugs we did. So I had it as part of that. And I've actually got another one growing on the windowsill that I need to plant out. I love them. I think they're so pretty.
Do you know, I was just thinking, actually, Bex, as well. Just by chance, the Coreopsis is next to the Sambucus.
Yeah.
But the yellow against that bronze foliage actually looks really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the same border for me. It's not quite right next to each other, but they're very close.
Yeah, I bet they look good.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
But again, amazing value today. We are really busy, actually. So if you want those, 3 for £9.99, 560890. But the most popular item today so far, and there's no surprises here, the oleanders. This is the best deal we've done this year. I don't know why we've got 2 for £19.99, but we have £18 if you're a club member. And it's not, I'm not being funny, but at that price, you would not expect to get that quality.
No, definitely not. That size, and of course you're getting them at exactly the right time, aren't you? Because you're going to get the longest, seasons worth of enjoyment out of them, because they're in flower right now, and they're going to keep going all the way through the summer for you.
And we can honestly say oleanders are very rare now to buy in the UK. A lot of the garden centres don't stock them. I won't go into the full details because it's actually quite. Some people find it quite boring, but there's a lot of legislation that's involved getting plants from the Mediterranean to the UK, and this is a very, very rare plant now to actually see in the UK. But we've worked with our growers for many years in Sicily, so we import thousands, tens of thousands of those, and that actually does help with our pricing as well. We've both seen these on the nursery.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
They really do. Just a few golden rules. You need full sun. So don't plonk them in a shady corner. They'll hate it. Even part shade they'll flower, but just not. They go a bit leggy.
Go sun.
Yeah.
Just don't even try and put them in a slightly shady position.
No.
Go full sun.
They'll
with
hate you
those.
for it.
Yeah.
And they do like well-drained soil, of course, as well. Think about where they grow naturally in Spain. They even grow by roadsides and things like that. So they are relatively drought tolerant once established. They are evergreen. Obviously, just don't eat any part of the oleander. That's you and your pets. And enjoy that Mediterranean look for years, because they are hardy to -5. Actually, when they are a bit more established, my friend's got one that's years old, and his oleander survived -8 last year.
Wow.
But it did kill I'll be honest, it did kill the top of it, but he cut it back.
And they grow quite quickly, don't they?
Yeah.
They can grow a good sort of probably 20 centimetres in a year, even a bit more if you've got them in a really nice, favourable position as well. So it's really easy to do. Just want to give you some ideas of some new pots, actually, in case you need some.
I'm smiling because have you got any room for any more pots, Bex?
No.
No.
But I can always get rid of the table, which is the next plan.
And the lawn.
Don't matter.
And the lawn.
And the lawn. I'll get rid of the lawn eventually.
I have a constant battle with my other half about the lawn. I was like, I think we've got too much.
I think we've got too much.
Yeah.
We don't need that much lawn.
No.
My kids don't go out and play football like they used to. I can get rid of that. But there's a park just down the road. Get to the park.
So work out how you can get more pots in your garden. So there's a good price on these, isn't there?
Yeah, well, these are the these are the laurels. This is a pair of silver plant.
I thought you were just being posh. Laurels. There's a pair of laurels.
Laurel. They are 13-inch diameter, 10-litre capacity. They work perfectly for your oleander, certainly for this season, maybe even for next season as well. You'll get a couple of years of them out in there if you want these for your oleanders. And we are saving £9 on these, so it's £16.98 for the pair. So what's that? £8.50 each, and of course even less if you are in the club. They have that beautiful design on them. They are made of plastic, but UV stabilised, frost-resistant plastic. So they are lightweight, but they're designed obviously to last you for years and not crack and break and go all brittle. You've got the lip around the edge, plus, I don't know if you can see, but yes, slight reinforcement around the lip in there as well. So again, you shouldn't get any of that breakage going on, and the great drainage in there too. Really, really beautiful. So that's 130242 if you want to go for the pair of the laurel round silver planters. But we do have another one for you. Or the laurel. And we have the Lavals.
No, I like the... this is getting confusing. No, it's not really. I like the Lavals because Bex, do you think they look a bit more... I think they look slightly more contemporary.
Yes.
I think they look like they should be really expensive. I like those.
Yeah, I think these are really, really pretty. Gorgeous design. As you say, that lovely contemporary design on there. Again, you've got that excellent drainage. We do have the frost-resistant UV stabilised plastic again, so lightweight, designed to last for years. But it is about that design, isn't it? Which is really, really pretty. It's a twin pack for £14.98. It's got a £5 saving on it as long as you enter the code YGTV2324, or you're going to pay full price.
And grey is always such a lovely colour to have.
So nice.
Always looks classy, doesn't it?
Right, Stu's asking, do you want to know a secret?
Yeah, always.
Always. Somebody's forgotten to switch the offer off. So here you go. You can go for the twin pack, £14.98. But look what happens when we put another twin pack in the basket.
No!
Oh, it's just £5 more, and you'll get another two included. So it goes from £7.50 each to £5.
So you get four.
So you get four. Don't tell anyone.
So that's so... Oh, my word. The deals today are a bit too good to be true. Now, we've just had a message about the oleanders.
Yeah?
And apparently, these have Ian in Huddersfield. I used to go to a club in Huddersfield about 80 years ago. Can't remember what it was called, but I did. Anyway, Ian said his has survived, and obviously Huddersfield, in the north,
it's a bit chilly up there,
yeah, it really does. But they survived. So yeah, they are winter hard in the UK. We say to -5, but they are known to survive even lower temperatures once established as well. But they are flying.
Plants.
So if you do want the oleanders, 2 today for less than £20. In fact, nearly everybody's ordered those today.
Maybe today's the day. Maybe today is the day that I add some oleanders into my collection.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think they'd look great on your patio.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they really would.
Well, my patio is filled with dahlias at the moment.
How many did you grow then? Was it 30?
Well, I grew 34, but I couldn't fit them all in. So they were given, I think I planted 20, and then I put a load out the front of my house and let the neighbours take them. Which is a nice thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the neighbours have got a load of them as well.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
I love giving plants away and sharing, and it's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love accepting plants as well. Now, we were both talking before the show. We are really excited about this Agapanthus collection. We both love Agapanthus, but to get 3 different varieties, a purple, a blue and a white, 3 real favourites in one collection, just a really good idea. That really works for me.
I think it really does, yeah, and the colours work gorgeously together,
don't they?
You've got the popping purple, so you get lovely sort of repeat flowers, those dark purple, and they actually, the buds, they're almost nearly black when they first, when you first see them, and then they open up into those sort of intense violet coloured flowers. Bridal bouquet.
That's
but you can't guess which colour that one is.
Well, I think it could be the white one.
Absolutely. You get lovely cream buds, and then they open into these beautiful pure white flowers. You get a couple of flushes of flowers of those in the growing season.
There it is.
And of course the brilliant blue, which you just saw. Gorgeous blue fire. Yeah. I mean, they all look like firework displays to me. The way they open, and you can see some as they open. You've got some that are fully open and some that have still got the buds on, and I think that just adds such a layer of interest to these flowers.
And I think that really works, having 3 different varieties all in one collection. Now, the popping purple, that's one that flowers for longer, isn't it?
Yes, so popping purple...
I haven't got that one.
No, I haven't. Popping purple, you get repeat flowering from that one.
So that's good.
And they're about to burst open. You can see, look, that one's got... So that's a mega bud. Which one's that one? Is that... That's the bridal bouquet.
I think
that one's going to be a beautiful white one there. And then we've got this one down here, which is the brilliant blue. So that's that one there. And then we've got this one, which I can't see a bud on this one yet, but that's going to be the poppin' purple.
Yeah.
There will be, I'm sure, there's going to be a flower coming out of there somewhere at some point this year. So later and longer flowering on that one. But I like the fact that you're getting, they're all going to come into bloom at the same time.
And slightly different heights.
For now, yes, but each of them should get to a sort of, I think they should all get to about 50 or 60 centimetres. But obviously just slightly different growth rates.
I thought the white one got a little bit taller.
Did you?
But maybe I'm wrong.
I'll check my notes.
But I might be wrong.
Don't know. I'll check. I'll check.
Maybe it's just on a head start. But
maybe.
But you're going to get flowers for quite a long season, though, aren't you? Between the 3 of them.
I mean, honestly, between the 3 of them, we are talking from June right the way through to September, maybe even creeping into October as well. And of course, they form clumps as well. So, not in the first year, but sort of every 2 to 3 years, they will form beautiful clumps that you can then divide, and then you get 3 flowers in your garden. You can spread these out. I think the foliage on Agapanthus is awesome as well, because it can act as a bit of a weed suppressant, because you get lovely thick sort of foliage at the bottom, which means you stop those weeds growing through too.
That one's got 3 buds back.
It has, hasn't it?
I mean, we're not going to guarantee how many you get, we should point out.
No, but this one there's 2 smaller ones coming up there as well. That
bridal bouquet is certainly in bloom.
Yeah, it's having a great time, isn't it?
The value again, though, 3 of them for under £20 is amazing. I just love a sunny spot. And we always say, don't we, Bex, they like their roots they like to be a bit, I was going to use the word claustrophobic there, but that's not probably a good expression. But,
enclosed,
yes.
They like a hug, they want their roots to be restricted. So if you're planting them out into borders, you could bury the pot, basically, into your borders, and that'll keep the pot nice and restricted. And if you are planting them into pots, just don't go too much larger than the pot that they're currently in, basically.
Well, they are absolutely gorgeous. I love that. I'm really pleased. We were both talking about these before the show, and we were both pleased that you've got 3 different colours all in one collection. Because again, for smaller gardens, you want variety, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I do love them.
I do as well. So I'm giggling away. I'm just thinking about my mum's Agapanthus she had in her last garden, and do you know what? Every year she always used to think it wasn't going to flower. I don't know why. She was always like, I think my Agapanthus isn't going to flower this year. And it always did.
Always did.
Always did. There was
I mean, I'm struggling with mine, but
Is it still not?
Not yet, but I'm ever the optimist. One year I'm going to get flowers off my... It's my own fault.
You just give it loads of room.
I gave it loads of room. But this year I have restricted it a bit, so let's see.
Yeah, it's early days.
Keep your fingers crossed for my agapanthus, please.
Do you know one of the things we both love about gardening, though? Every year's different.
I love it. It's a surprise.
Yeah, it is. And some years, certain plants do really well and others don't do quite so well. But
listen,
that's it, isn't it?
If everything you plant is amazingly successful, what have you learnt?
It's very true.
I mean, I learn more from killing plants than I do from, making them live, making them survive.
You do always make a few mistakes every year, don't you? But it is about learning.
Yeah,
and
love it.
But also we are fighting against the different climates nowadays as well, aren't
Totally.
we? I mean, my poor peony, I've got the bowl of beauty.
Yeah.
But the rain has really...
ruined it,
yeah.
I bet everybody's experienced that with the peonies this year.
Yeah, it's not been a good year for peonies because of the rain, has it?
No.
But then my ferns have done amazing this year, so, hey.
That plant really should have tried... It's not that you're a bad gardener, that plant should have tried harder.
Yeah. Right, we're going to move on to...
the Physocarpus.
Now, yes, I've never grown this one.
No, but it's beautiful, isn't it? It's very much about the foliage. And again, we've got that lovely burgundy, dark-coloured foliage on there called Lady in Red. Has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. It's gorgeous. It's rich, the foliage, the stems, but you get flowers and you get berries from this as well. So there's loads of interest on this one. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's real, yeah. I mean, look, I don't know why I've never grown it.
No, I know. Rich wine red leaves. You get these clusters of sort of pinky white coloured flowers on there. And then you get autumnal red berries. It's super easy to grow. Very, very weatherproof as well once it gets established. It'll tolerate fairly hard pruning. You can cut back by probably a half every few years to maintain the size of it.
And how big did you say?
About 1.5 metres.
Oh, OK.
So it's a good
manageable,
size shrub for your borders. 1.5 metres by 1.5 metres. But as I say, every couple of years you can prune it back by a good half in order to maintain the size of it.
I could find a place for that, definitely.
And then just like with hydrangeas, you know how, it's really good to take maybe 1/3 to 1/4 of the stems and in autumn or springtime, cut those right down to the base because that really invigorates and stimulates new growth. You can do that with this one as well.
I'm quite tempted with that one.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Quick question, who sang Lady in Red, Bex?
I know this.
Come on.
Lady in Red is dancing with me. I've forgotten his name. Oh, De Berg.
Chris de Berg. Yes.
Chris de
Berg.
Yeah,
when was it number one?
God, that's 80-something. I remember dancing to it at school discos and things.
I'd say...
80...
That's...
86. I can hear Stu typing. Do you know?
I would say...
I'm going 86.
I'm going to go 84.
Oh! Stu, who's winner?
Oh, yeah, was it 86?
Yes! I'm good at this game.
I hate losing.
Sorry for shrieking.
I
Sorry
hate losing
if that was a bit
on
loud.
questions.
Sorry.
Well done, Bex.
Thank you.
I hate losing.
I don't win at many things.
I'm not very good at
Stu.
pop.
Sean, I don't win at many things.
You do.
But yeah.
Right, we better move on now to an absolute winner when it comes to plants in your garden. This is one that we both have. And it is our geranium Roseanne, and we really love this. We both wanted it on the show because just look at the flowers to start with.
Yeah,
and look at the price.
The flowers are absolutely incredible. This one plant of the centenary. Oh, Stu's saying, look at the price. Look at the price. It's $9.99, $8.99 if you're in the club. It is in a 2-litre pot. It's a really big, nice established
Bex, you were just about to say what award this won.
Plant of the centenary at the 100th Chelsea Flower Show, and I really... OK, so if it wins Plant of the Year at the RHS... that is amazing to win Plant of the Year, but to get Plant of the Centenary, the 100th Chelsea Flower Show, the competition for that must have been absolutely incredible.
You imagine how many plants have been showcased over 100 years at Chelsea, and this one... Plant of the Centenary.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. That is the biggest award you could probably ever earn
I
as
should
a
have done a
plant.
picture of mine. I'll do a little video this afternoon. It's not got loads of flowers on it yet, but the flowers have started to come through. But the mound of foliage that has appeared, it's incredible, honestly. So this one, as it grows, this one looks a little bit sparse at the moment, but don't worry. You get this beautiful mound of foliage, and then these gorgeous flowers coming out of here. It creeps as well, not taking over, but it creates gorgeous ground cover. So it'll grow to about 30 centimetres in height, but it'll grow to double that in its spread. So this is great for sort of front of borders, filling in those gaps, making sure you plant something in there that's going to flower all summer long. Like, it starts around June time, it keeps going right the way through October time. It doesn't need much attention from you. You're supposed to deadhead, but Shaun and I have told you many times, we didn't deadhead ours at all last year. And they were absolutely beautiful. I am going to try deadheading this year just to see how much of a difference it makes. But, you know, they look so beautiful.
Have you not got any pictures of yours from last year, Bex?
I have from last year somewhere, but I'd have to scroll for a while to find them.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, but I might give up.
I've got that many pictures of plants in my phone.
But seriously, they are just, well, to win that award at Chelsea, Plant of the Centenary, 100 years of Chelsea, and this won the best plant, basically.
I say Royal Horticultural Society Award of God and Merit, Plant of Centenary, not fussy on soil type, just preferably not waterlogged.
Drought tolerant, did we say that?
Drought tolerant once it's established.
Yeah.
Pollinator friendly, pollinators absolutely adore it, and it's pretty much, I'm going to say, low to no maintenance at all.
Well, I would say they're not. They do kind of give like a casual look to the garden, don't they? They're not like a really formal structured plant. They just kind of
meander
slightly. just fill in the gaps. They're just beautiful. But for me, the colour of those flowers is incredible. Honestly, if you want the hardest working plant, the easiest plant that's going to flower all summer long with very little effort, this is the one to go for.
It's so pretty, honestly. And even the foliage is really interesting. You've got those sort of dissected leaves on there as well. And it does create this gorgeous mound of foliage at the bottom as well.
They do completely die down during the winter, so don't panic. So they are herbaceous, they'll go to sleep during the winter, but they come back bigger and stronger for you. I'll be honest, Bex, mine's come back a bit too big this year.
Yeah, well, as I say, I had to move my corydallis because I put my corydallis next to it and it was getting dwarfed by the geranium roseanne, but that's fine, you know, you have to move things around. It is looking beautiful and it's really helping to fill that border and stop those weeds from growing through.
Do you know what, something else I'm just looking at that we've only just started to think about? Perennials can actually look really good in a hanging basket. That in a hanging basket could look amazing, couldn't it?
No, that would look absolutely beautiful.
And it just means you don't have to replant the hanging basket every year. Have that in a hanging basket, enjoy it all summer, let it die down during the winter, which it will do. So just take the hanging basket down, put it in a corner, let it die down, and it'll come back every year. I might try that this year.
Do you know, we should do, The Knox hanging basket Stu is suggesting for this as well, because you can actually put it on the ground as well if you want to. And then you can hang it up when you want to.
That'd be
Is
great.
that $4.99 for one? 130502. If you want to go for two of those, obviously put two in your basket. It'll be £4.60 if you are in the club for one of those. That'd be a great size for it, wouldn't it?
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Sorry. Oh, so got really high.
A bit squeaky.
Do you know what I'm going to do today? Do you know? I'm going to do my mum's hanging basket at the front in that one. I don't know why my voice was really high.
But I'm excited.
But we always struggle with the hanging basket that I do in my mum's front garden. She can't water. It's a bit difficult because of the step there, and I don't.
Sure.
And we always forget about it. But that in a hanging basket would be so easy because
it's drought tolerant.
A bit more drought tolerant. We could just leave it to do its thing, and we've got it there for life.
Water occasionally, not every single day.
I'd like to try it because she lives in a country,
do you know what?
a
Give
little
it
cottage.
a go. I think that'd be great.
I do.
I've only ever done sort of summer bedding. Well, you know, bedding plants for my hanging baskets.
Same here.
So I've never actually done that perennial thing. So I think it's a great idea. I think you should do it.
And it looks great in a pot though as well, in that terracotta pot. 56292 won Plant of the Centenary at Chelsea. So, when the Chelsea Flower Show celebrated its 100th year. Now, here's a question: when was that?
Yeah, do you know, I was thinking that as I was saying it, and I can't remember.
1993, do we think?
I cannot remember when the... Yeah.
Anyway,
I won't win the competition on that one.
I'm going to guess 1993, but I could be completely wrong. Right. Don't forget, are we having too much fun today, Bex?
Well, I think we might be, but hopefully everyone's having fun with us.
Yeah, hopefully. But just some of the, remember, things you need to do is use the offer code. Whatever you're buying today, use the offer code YGTV2324. That is the offer code for today's show. And your free gift is your blooming fast. We were waiting for this free gift. It's the best. Because that will make 100 litres of premium plant food that will develop roots and shoots and flowers. Great for pretty much everything in your garden, and that is worth £4.99. It will make 100 litres. Your watering can is a big one. It's 10 litres.
I've got 10 litres.
That's big.
It's big, yeah.
My watering can's 5 litres, so it'll make 20 for me and 10 for you.
Yeah, and stick it in your water butt. If you've got a water butt, then empty the whole packet into your water butts, and then you've got it ready. You just have to fill your watering can.
And don't forget, if you can get your order to over £40, you will get free postage and packaging as well. If you don't get it to over £40, don't worry, you'll only pay £6.99 per order, so you'll never pay more than that in an order. Wow,
okay,
right.
I want the Charlie boy. I've got a green cordyline. Don't know what it's called, but the green cordyline is beautiful, but it's a bit boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want the Charlie boy because the colours on this is just so pretty, isn't it?
We've both spent many hours walking around the nursery, and there's a whole tunnel of cordylines.
Love that, yeah.
But this one always stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it so stands out. I mean, look at the colours.
I know.
There's there's burgundies, there's a beautiful pink, it's got a peach tone to it, and look at the stripes that you've got on there. The more you look at it, the more it is interesting. And when you contrast that against, green foliage in your garden, that really does then stand out. And of course, because you've got that sword-like foliage there. I mean, I've got the Kilimanjaro viburnum, thank you, leaves here. But
we always fill in each other's. We are like an old married couple now, aren't we?
But against the kind of softer, rounder foliage here, those sword-shaped leaves and the red colour, it just looks so pretty. This is on my list, by the way, for my make-believe garden.
Is it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Do you know what I'm just looking at, Bex? We've got the Sambucus over there, which is kind of bronzy coloured. You just brought the viburnum. We've got the cordyline. And colour, when you get colours like this in your garden, it's amazing. Isn't it weird that you always think of your... If you said describe, what's the first colour you think of your garden being? You would say green.
Green, of course.
But actually, there are so many wonderful varieties of plants nowadays. These are these are really well established. Look at those.
Yeah,
really
big,
healthy.
white, healthy roots in there. That's how they come to you, by the way. These are the 17 centimetre pots that they come to you, and you can just go for one if you want to. But we like the idea of the pairs, don't we? When it comes to this, it's just $4.99 for the second one, so it's well worth it.
Now, cordylines we do class as being winter hard in the UK, but if it's really cold, because not last year, but the year before, quite a few people lost their cordylines.
Yeah.
And what you need to do, I lost a couple of mine. So in the winter, if it's going to be really cold, it's like when you get like long periods of cold and frost and snow, just tie them up. And this is probably how they'll arrive, actually. Gently tie them up. Put a fleece around them if you can, but that will protect the crown.
But not all winter. I do want to point that out because I saw somebody in a group the other day who basically tied it up and then left it like that. And then they were saying, why isn't my cordyline looking good? Because you left it tied up like that all winter, basically. So it's really just for those really cold, really wet days, so it doesn't get into the crown of the plant. So you can go out, you can do it. You can even take the faded leaves off the bottom, look, and use that as your tie to tie them up with. Just being thrifty, you can do that. But just do it for those, few days where it's going to be really cold and horrible, and then untie it again.
And if ever a cordyline does die in the middle, if the crown does die, don't give up on it either, because quite often I've had a few that have died in the middle when I've not, it's been really cold or they've not been looked after. But then you can get lots of small shoots at the sides. It changes the shape of it, but you don't.
It's still interesting though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's great.
So Shaun was saying this is probably how it's going to arrive to you, and then all you have to do is release, and then you've got instant impact in your garden. And 2 of those, that is instant impact, isn't it?
Great.
Small spaces as well. If you've got a small patio or even just a balcony, this is great because it's evergreen or ever red.
So I'm just smiling because we've got a cordyline that we've planted and it's in the wrong place, because now it's because this produces a stem as it gets older.
It's like a tree.
Yeah, and we've now got. We look out of the back of our our kitchen, and this cordline's now poking above the patio, and it just like looks a bit weird. So they do grow quite tall over a period of time.
Yeah, they do. Well, to be honest, they grow quite relatively quickly. Mine's a couple of years old, and it's already got a stem on it like this big. It's currently still in one of our heavy-duty pots, but I am thinking about planting that into the border because the height and the sort of contrast it gives is going to be incredible.
They do look great though when they form stems, I think.
I love them.
But it's about the colour on this one, isn't it?
So about the colour, I absolutely adore it. If you want some pots for them to go in, of course, we have our laurel pots, which we showed you a few minutes ago with the oleanders. These are £16.98. It comes as a pair, so you just need to put one in your basket. We are saving £9 on that particular deal there. So these work out as £8.50 each, or slightly less if you are in the club. Absolutely gorgeous design on those.
Or you could try these. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Which is best?
I like that.
What do you like the most? Oh, I think they both work. But do you know what? Let's go with the Lavals.
I'll be honest. I like the grey. I will just give you the details of these if we can, because you can actually get 4 of these for 20 quid basically.
Yeah. So
and these are the Laval.
You're getting a bit of a better deal, aren't you, as far as pricing is concerned with this one? You can just go for the twin pack for £14.98. But if you want to, because somebody's forgotten to switch the offer off. I can't say it too loud because they sometimes watch us in the office. They might switch it off. Hi, everybody in the office.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for the deals today. We love you.
Apparently, somebody's forgotten to switch the offer off. So if you put 2 twin packs in your basket, you'll pay just £5 more, and you'll get 4. So they'll work out at £5 per pot.
I think that looks really stylish, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really pretty.
Really, really stylish. So let's work out how you can save loads of money, okay? So we've got such good deals. I think that's why we're a bit giddy today, because we love it when the deals. I mean, they're always great, but they're Well,
we're customers as well, so we love it when there's a good deal going on.
When the deals are really good, my voice goes high. That's what it is today. So you get a pair of those for £14.98, but if you double up, you will get them for £5 each. So at the moment, we haven't put the code in yet, so let's just talk through. So we've got 2 of the gorgeous Lavelle planters, because it's a pair. Then you've got the oleander, that's currently showing a price of £29.99, and you've got the cordyline Charlie Boy. So at the moment, your saving is only £10 and the order total is £66.95 and you're paying postage. But that's great because you've got 1 oleander that could go in one of the pots, 1 cordyline that could go in the other pot. But you know what, we can do a lot better than this. So we're going to put in the code today, YGTV 2324. Suddenly, the order value has gone down to £44.96 and you've got free delivery. And you get the free gift, the Blooming Fast.
Love that basket.
That's really good. But
look, you've got a pot each for your oleanders, you've got a pot each for your cordylines, and you've got your feeds.
Yeah, but the only thing is, Bex, we like to plant in pairs, don't we?
We do.
So I would prefer 2 oleanders and 2 cordylines, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes, sorry, you haven't done that bit yet.
No.
I'd assumed you had. Apologies, I'll catch up.
So I've put an extra oleander in, that only cost me another £5, so now I've got 2 of those. And
definitely want another cordyline.
Go for it then.
Yeah. And we need 4 pots.
We do
because
now.
Because you've got 4 plants. So get that next one in. Woohoo!
Now that is a really good basket.
That's a lovely basket.
So let's just break this down. £59.95. So that's £7 cheaper than the original basket that had about half as much in it.
You know.
So now we're getting the Blooming Fast, that'll make 100 litres. We're getting 4 planters in total, because they're in pairs, 2 oleanders,
and
2 cordylines, all for under £60 with free delivery.
That's amazing.
And what was the original basket? It was 60
something.
67, wasn't it?
66.95.
Yeah. Well remembered, Bex.
Thanks.
So, amazing value. We're now £7 cheaper than that original basket. We've got 2 more pots. We've got an extra oleander, an extra cordyline, and the Blooming Fast as well.
That's awesome.
That is incredible.
That is the basket where you join the club, because look, you're saving £9 today, costing you £5 to join the club. But that means you're then going to be saving 10% every time you place an order for the next 12 months. And your total saving today then is working out at like £4 on that particular order. Honestly, yeah, that's a lovely basket. That club, by the way, it's just £5 for the year. There's no secret hidden thing going on here where we're going to charge you £5 this year, and then when it renews at the end of the year, it's going to go up to £25. It doesn't work like that, I promise you. If you pay £5 for your club membership and you never let it lapse, you will only ever pay £5 for that club membership,
really
even if
good.
we put that price up.
That's really good, isn't
So good, because there's so many places that do that to you, isn't there?
Oh,
it costs you £5 now, but, you know, next year it'll cost you 60.
yeah, things like your car insurance, things like that, you get a great deal for the first year, but when they renew it, they do sometimes...
Yeah, we're not doing that with this.
Put those prices up. Now, we would love it if you would come through, if you're part of the show, of course. Any questions, we are here to answer. Between us, we normally can answer most of them, but if we can't, we do consult our head gardener, Peter McDermott.
Or you answer them for us.
Well, that is true, actually.
Sometimes our lovely gardeners out there,
yeah.
You know, as we say, we don't know everything. We know a lot, but we don't know everything. And sometimes you have the answers as well. And that's what it's all about.
But one thing we do know, our best-selling product here at YouGarden is our premium professional compost. We sell thousands of bags of this every single week. And today's deal, 2 bags for £24.98. If you're club member, £22.48. Your Blooming Fast is worth a £5. You're going to get that. Even if you just bank compost today, you will get your free gift. But it is so important to whatever you're growing, to put it in the right compost. And our premium professional compost is pretty much ideal for everything from seeds all the way through to trees. And this is a formulation that we have perfected over many, many years. And I know, Bex, you've got your hands in right now. The texture of this is incredible, isn't it?
Oh, it's lovely. Honestly, I feel like a kid again. Do you know, remember when you used to be outside making mud pies and things in the garden? Honestly, I feel like a kid. I want to get my hands in it.
It's hard to say, but it just feels right when you pick up
it's soft,
a handful
it's
of
fluffy,
this.
It's light, it's airy, so it feels lovely to touch. But of course your plants are going to absolutely enjoy living in here. That lovely, light, airy texture means that roots are able to grow and they're able to form a really nice, strong root structure. That strong root structure is so important when it comes to the health of your plants. When it comes to, you know, the flower production, the fruit production, if you've got a nice, strong, healthy root structure, of course it's going to be so much bigger and better above ground. Now that texture is made up majorly by the 50% composted wood fibre that's in here. You can see all these lovely sort of fibrous textures as you run your hands through it. This is 50% composted wood fibre, and really well composted. No great big sticks and chunks and lumps. I was
just going to say that I was around at a friend's the other day, and I don't know which compost they'd bought, but they were literally
picking bits out.
Yeah, huge, big chunks of wood, basically. And when you've got a texture as good as this and as fine as this, it just means those roots can really access everything they need.
So important.
All those nutrients, all that oxygen, all that water. So 50% composted wood fibre. Now, you do have 3 different types of peat in here, white and dark peats. And some of those peats are renewable, like the sphagnum moss peat. And we have cut down on the quantity of peat for environmental reasons. So we now put in the minimum amount to give the maximum results. But I do think that having that amount of peat, a lot smaller than it used to be, but having that in there can be so beneficial to the plants. But obviously we have reduced it to meet the environmental needs right now. But also, have you found any green balls, Bex?
There's loads of them. As I pick that up and I let that run away, you can see, look, there's one right in the middle there, and there's loads of these little green balls that are distributed throughout this compost. What that is a slow release fertilizer, and what that's going to do is release that feed into the compost, which means that the roots of your plants that have the room to get in because of that light texture can then grab hold of that feed and feed the plants. It lasts for a good sort of 5 to 6 months as well.
Now, one of my favourite ingredients to this is the wetting agent. There is nothing worse than spending time making up a hanging basket or a lovely pot, and then it dries out in a day. And when you try and re-water it, all the water goes over the side. We've all done, haven't we? Oh, that hanging basket's wilting, I'll water it. You do that and all the water goes on you. Really frustrating. The wetting agent here makes the water stick to the compost, so it rehydrates really quickly. And because I live in the country, we get a lot of winds, things can dry out really quickly. So that is really important for me, the fact that I can rehydrate my pots very quickly. And what else? We missed something out.
pH buffer.
Yes, that's the one.
So what we've got in here is something that it puts the alkalinity and the acidity level of the compost in just the right place for the majority of the plants to live in. That can be your houseplants as well, by the way. Houseplants love living in here. But you know, exceptions to the rule: azaleas, rhododendrons, blueberries. These are the ericaceous-loving plants. Yes, we've got ericaceous compost. It's on the website. But probably 98% of the plants that you put into your garden, seeds through to trees, everything in between, is going to really have the best time in here.
And we deliver it free of charge. Don't forget, if you've already placed an order, but you think, oh, I need some compost, you can place it as a second order. You'll get another free gift.
Yeah, there's no postage.
Fast. And we do bring you these in 2 50-litre bags, so it's a lot easier to carry them and to say, use them in your garden. They're not branded because it's a commercial product, so we don't put lots of marketing on there. It's the real thing. It's the compost we use in the nursery. Now, we've still got loads of other plants to show you.
We have. I'm going to change the table over. I can't remember what I'm putting up the table, but yes, I'm going to change it over so we can show you some more stuff.
Yeah. We've actually got a pink callistemon coming up.
Oh, yes, we have.
Yes.
Oh, and I don't know if we're going to get to show it to you, but the femme fatale is back, the camellia.
Oh.
You know how much
Bex,
I loved this
We do know you love the femme fatale.
I do love the femme fatale. Oh, yummy.
Bex loves the femme fatale. What name did I have for my part? Mine was the Butch Buddleia, wasn't it? Yeah.
The Butch Buddleia.
That was it. Anyway, let's remind you of some of the great plants we've seen on today's YouGarden TV show as well. So we've got to remind you urgently of the oleanders. You've absolutely adored these. And it's all about the price today, because we have never, ever done a deal quite like this. I'm racking my brains. I'm going back to even the year 2000 when I first started working with YouGarden. I think we pushed to have been charging this kind of price back then. So it's working out £10 each. Don't forget, these are grown for us in Sicily by what we believe to be the top breeder in the world. Family business. And they really, really specialise in oleanders, and that's why these are multi-stemmed. They'll arrive in bud and flower. They will flower all summer long. They just want full sunshine and a nice, well-drained soil. That's all they need. They are hardy to -5. They've even survived winters in Huddersfield. We heard from Ian earlier. Thank you, Ian, for that. Just don't eat any part. Obviously, that applies to humans and pets as well. And these grow very freely in the Mediterranean. They can grow 7 metres high. In the UK, we say they'll grow to about 1.5 to 2 metres. 680 Then I have definitely got my eye on these. Now look, they are a little bit more expensive than the standard olive tree. The work that's gone into these is incredible. Years of training, I would have thought. Now olives, they live a long life. I think the average lifespan is about 500 years for an olive tree. So these are very likely to outlive you and I. They will produce olives. On a good summer, when it's really hot, those olives will ripen. Even if they don't, they look really, really attractive. And olive trees are, of course, evergreen in the UK as well. We do class them as winter hardy, but if it's particularly fierce, you might want to give them a little bit of protection. But I've had mine probably 12, 15 years, and I've never lost one of them. 680-205, something really, really stunning and special. They'd make an amazing housewarming gift, wouldn't they? Oh, yeah. Then one of our real favourites today. Bex has got one of these. I've got 3 of these. It is the Sambucus black lace. So what I love about these, they're fast growing. They're quite vigorous. They are easy. They're just like, I would say they do best in part shade, nice well-drained soil. I've got mine in quite an exposed site, one side of my garden. They do tolerate quite exposed areas as well. They are easy, but they are beautiful. From the elderflower family, of course, as well. So you get these gorgeous whitey pink flowers, small flowers, but masses of them, these lovely, lovely clusters. Those will then turn into berries in the summertime. In terms of pruning, you can actually cut them quite hard back if they get too big, and they're easy to prune. The stems never get too thick and woody, and they will bounce back every single year. But fast growing, beautiful foliage, gorgeous flowers, win, win, win in my opinion, and been really popular today, 510-394. Then we brought you a real kind of country cottage perennial at a crazy price. It is the Coreopsis Early Sunrise. Pollinators love these, so they're great if you're trying to get more pollinators in your garden. Grow to about 60, 70 centimetres. and will flower pretty much all summer long. Just keep deadheading, keep feeding, but you'll get months and months of flowers. And they grow to about 60, 70 centimetres, so kind of good for middle of the border. Hey, do you know what I'm thinking? They would look really good with the Verbena bonariensis. We haven't got it on the show today, but they'd look really good with maybe purple behind them. Absolutely stunning. 560, 890. It would look nice with delphiniums and things like that as well, actually. Then we brought you a wonderful agapanthus collection, 3 different varieties, obviously all from the same family. Popping purple that will flower for a longer period, brilliant blue, and the bridal bouquet, which is the white agapanthus. They all want a sunny position, they all want to have well-drained soil, and they all really would benefit from having their roots a little bit contained. They don't like lots of, well, I said they don't like lots of space. They're fine in lots of space, but all you get is lots of leaves and fewer flowers. So if you're a bit mean to them, keep them in a compact area, you'll get loads more flowers every single year. $19.97, half our recommended retail price pretty much on those. 561-267. Now we discovered Lady in Red was released by Chris de Burgh and hit the #1 slot in 1986. And this is called Lady in Red. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, beautiful foliage. Then you get the little white flowers. Grows to about 1.50 meters, so not too big. But I think that's lovely. I love the colour of the foliage. I love the contrast of the white flowers. And as that new foliage comes through, it's a lovely kind of lighter bronzy tone, and then it gets a little bit darker as it ages. Then the plant that won, Plant of the Centenary. When Chelsea celebrated 100 years, this is a Chelsea flower show, this won Plant of the Centenary. Imagine all the plants exhibited at Chelsea in 100 years. This won it. And the reason being, where do we start? So it flowers all summer long, from about June. Mine flowered into early November till the first frost last year. It fills in gaps. It's got a gentle kind of habit of growing. When I say gentle, it kind of meanders, it cascades. It can look great in pots. We even thought you could put one of these in a hanging basket as well. But it will tolerate most soil types. It will tolerate sun, part shade. It's just so easy. It's just such a great performer with very, very little needed from you. Very little effort needs to go into growing one of these. They're amazing, they really are. And so Bex and I, we didn't even feed ours last year, and they still flowered all summer long. We kind of didn't really look after them, we didn't feed them too much, we didn't deadhead, and they kept going. But obviously, if you can feed and deadhead, you could get even better results. £8.99 if you're on the club, 562.92. And then finally, I know Bex has got her eye on Charlie Boy. It is the Cordyline australis. So these are absolutely beautiful cordylines. The colour is amazing, this kind of red and pink. You've got stripes all the way through the leaves. They like a sunny spot, well-drained soil. They will form a big stem over the years. All you need to do from time to time is just chop off the bottom leaves as they get a bit tatty. And as we mentioned, they will survive the winters very easily in the UK, but if it's particularly cold, if there are long periods of frost and snow, just tie up the centre to protect the crown. So just do that on the coldest of nights, but don't keep it tied up all winter long. 680-256, great in pots, that one, and looks lovely in those grey planters, the Lavelle planters that we showed you as well. And don't forget, if you want to be part of the show, you can email us, you can talk on the live chat, and if you want a real bargain, we have got 9 perennials at $19.99, but it's a buy one get one free, so you're going to get 18 for $19.99. Or if you're in the club, $17.99. That is incredible, Bex.
Yeah, I mean, there's the 9 that you can see on the table down to here, but then it's a buy one get one free. So if you enter the code YGTV2324 into your basket, you get those 9 as well, and it's not necessarily going to be the same 9. You might get some duplicates, but you might get some that are different as well.
I think
it's a lucky dip.
Yeah, and we were both saying how exciting it is when the box arrives. You're like, what's in the box?
I think it's awesome, honestly. I mean, look, we've got a salvia in here, we've got a geum in here, I saw a coreopsis earlier, I've got a gaillardia, there's the hollyhock included in there as well. The thing you're going to get with this is height, shape, colour perrenials. So these are plants that are going to come back for you year after year. A mixture of heights, a mixture of shapes, a mixture of colours, and a mixture of kind of areas in your garden that you can fill, because some are going to want full sun, some are going to want part shade. So it's going to work in every single garden, whether you've got a brand new garden or whether you've got an established garden, you've got gaps to fill.
And I'm probably thinking you get colour from potentially May all the way through to October.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer.
Yeah.
And I always used to, I said this earlier, I used to fill every border. I used to have, well, I say border, my last garden was mostly pots and a little bit of border. And I'd fill it with annuals, but that works out.
So expensive.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, you want to fill those gaps with perennials. Of course, still do your summer bedding. Love a bit of summer bedding, of course. But if you can fill some of those gaps with your perennials, it does mean it's costing you less, and you'll get those gorgeous displays coming back every year, and they will multiply and look better each year. And you can tell that these are really quality, healthy plants. We've got a really strong, healthy root structure on here. These are not, big plugs that have been put into the 9-centimetre pots at all. These are really good quality plants for you. And I just want to break down that price, because if you're in the club, it's £1 each. Wow. £1 each for these sort of perennials. You could be paying a fiver each, couldn't you, in a garden centre?
I mean, we had this deal a little while ago. I nearly bought it just for because we were doing a plant sale to raise money for the garden club that I run, and I could have honestly sold those even at a village plant sale. I could have probably tripled my money on those.
Yeah.
Because £3 for one of those would not be.
Oh, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
I'd go away with a basket full.
Yeah. But they're £1 each for club members, which is
great.
Amazing. If you are buying this, or if you got it last time it was an offer a little while ago, let us know. We would love to hear from you.
Look at this salvia. Look at that. How
gorgeous.
Beautiful is that?
Stunning.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at the different heights here. That hollyhock, that's going to be great for the back of the border.
Yeah.
The gym at the front.
A lot of these are going to bring wildlife into the garden
as
well.
Good point.
So loads of these are going to be wildlife friendly. You've got scented plants in here as well, so you're going to get a mixture of scents included. I love the idea of getting, 18 home. How exciting is that when you open the box and you go through them all? Because they're all labelled. It's not like we're just going to send them to you and go, good luck. You can then research each of them to know exactly where they need to be planted in your garden. And I think that would be such an enjoyable thing to do.
And I'm sure you know how to do this already, but every plant, let me just get the salvia here. So that's got 560522. So that's the individual item number. So if you want more information on each of the separate plants, go on the YouGarden website, pop that in the search bar, and then all the details of the GM. Why did I just call it? Did I just call it a salvia?
You did, but it's because the salvia was next to it.
Yeah, I just put my hand in there. But the GM. There'll be loads of information just on the GM alone, and the salvia down there, and the gaillardia and the hollyhock and all of the perennials in the collection. Right, whose message is back?
Would you like a Graham greenhouse update?
I would love a Graham greenhouse update.
We love a Graham greenhouse
We love to look in your greenhouse, Graham.
Graham has sent a few pictures of his summer display in the greenhouse. We're starting off with the beautiful fuchsias. Check out those little lovelies right there. Loads of flowers on there.
Graham, I'll be honest, my fuchsias, they're all in bud now, but they're not quite in flower.
Lovely. I don't know if this is the Hardy 6-pack or not, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think it is, actually.
But he's got some beautiful varieties of fuchsias in there.
I mean, they're really quite far on.
We've got loads of pictures.
Go on,
He's sent us loads of them.
Oh, no, Graham, we
coming back. More pictures. Oh, can I just go through? Oh, I can.
Oh, here we go.
Lovely. So we've got more pictures of the greenhouse going on.
Stunning geraniums there.
Yeah, lovely, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you know what I like about that collection? You've got not just different colours, lots of different foliage as well, haven't you?
Yeah, there's some really nice mixes in there. Lovely. And then, oh my word, even more going on here.
Some more geraniums, little busy lizzies in the background.
That looks like is that the Philadelphus, the little white lot? It's a bit small for that, but I like those little white ones there.
They're doubles, aren't they?
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, they're doubles.
You love a white flower, don't you?
I do, but a double busy lizzie is quite rare.
Yeah.
We did have some a little while ago. Do you remember, Bex?
I don't.
We did. Actually, it might have been a show you were here. We did.
Oh my word, look at all those foliage colours in there.
I know.
How incredible is that?
How does he... All of his plants look so good.
He knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
He's a very neat, I think, gardener. His greenhouse is always very tidy, isn't it?
I love it.
Wish mine looked like that.
Absolutely beautiful.
Any more,
right,
Bex?
So I've reached the end of those pictures. So those were all from Graham. I'm sure there's more. There's... Oh, there's so many pictures. More pictures. That one.
So, Graham, I presume these are going in pots and containers?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, here we go. Look at these. That's incredible. I don't know what that is, but that is beautiful. I love the foliage on there. So pretty. That fuchsia's a nice colour. Oh, wow.
That's a really nice geranium.
It is. I've never seen one like that. Beautiful colour.
I have seen that one before, but I can't remember the name of it, but it's really striking.
Love that one. Right, we're going to go back to Graham. I know there's some more others in here as well, but this is Graham's Physocarpus.
Oh, yes.
And he was saying that he trims this down to ground level every year. Yeah, that's what you said in the email. Well, I think it's quite a vigorous grower. Oh, Stu was asking how it gets that big. I think it's quite a vigorous grower. I forget that they can't hear you, Stu, sometimes. So that's his Physocarpus. And then I'm going to come back. What else have we got in here? Right, so I want to go to Grimmy because Grimmy was showing us his geranium Roseanne. And I like this because this is what my geranium Roseanne's looking like at the moment. A couple of flowers starting to come, but lots of foliage. So that's beautiful. Perfect spot for that, right at the front of the border. It's looking really good.
And I love the way it's sort of like naturally just tumbling a little bit there.
Yeah, it just tumbles. And I love that statue in the background.
I
do
really too.
Pretty.
Oh, we do love your pictures.
And then Linda, I love this.
Go on, what she sent in.
A merry method of control. This is the slug and snail free house, and if you look down here, look. Soil level, beer level, invalid access.
Oh, brilliant. I tell you what, slugs this year, because it's been so wet, it's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Have you noticed that, Bex?
Right, so my son wanted to sit outside to eat the other day, so I've got some garden furniture, and we put, obviously it needs a clean down, doesn't it, after the winter?
Yeah, of course.
Pulled all the chairs out, spiders galore, first of all, snails, 35 snails that I picked out of that garden furniture, and then I put them all in a pot, and I said to Elliot, just go and throw those over the fence, not into the neighbours. The back is wasteland. Okay. So I was like, go and throw them over the back. So he stood there and he went like this with the pot. And it hit the fence and went onto the ground. I was like, I don't want them eating my plants, babe. That's why I said over the fence. So then I had to go and pick them all back up again.
I mean, it is important to have slugs and snails, but you don't want them eating your favourite plants, do you?
I don't want to kill them.
No.
I don't want to kill them. I mean, over the back of the fence there's loads of plants. They live a lovely life over there.
Nice little holiday over there.
They love it over there. It's fine. Just not in my garden.
But thank you for all of your pictures. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
If you do want the geranium Roseanne, £9.99, £75, don't forget. Right, we've urgently got to go back to the oleanders. These have been the most popular plants on the show today. So just to recap with everybody, oleanders, really hard to get hold of in the UK. The garden centres don't seem to have them. There's a lot of legislation that is involved in just shipping an oleander from a hot country like Italy, where these actually come from Sicily, but to actually get them over to UK, it's not an easy task. But we have worked with the top breeder in Sicily for many, many years, and we get the most highest quality oleanders you can imagine. We literally we'll put in an order for 10,000 of these. Big orders. Yeah. But can I just show you the quality? Now, you counted 9 stems, didn't you?
9 stems, yeah. I can see 9 on that one. And every time we get an oleander here in the potting shed, or we go and look at them out on the nursery, they all have multiple stems. They've all got foliage right down to the base. They truly are amazing quality. And this is why we're so proud of that relationship that we've got with the best oleander grower in the world, as far as we're concerned. Yeah. And of course, the price today with this double up deal, it's ridiculous.
And let's just get this into perspective. So $19.99 if you put 2 in your basket. Then you're going to get £5 worth of Blooming Fast. And if you're a club member, you're going to get these for £18 for 2, £5 gift. So it's actually working out, if you take the value of this off, £13 for 2 of these for club members. £6.50 each. I know. That's why so many of you are ordering today. Amazing. So the golden rule is sun, sun, sun. You need sun. These need sun. They would hate to be in the shade.
Yeah.
Well-drained soil. They don't actually, once established, they don't need a lot of water at all.
No, they're quite drought tolerant once they get established. Of course, we see them growing in those beautiful hot Mediterranean countries. There's nobody tending them and looking after them there. They can go weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks without any water. So these really do not need a massive amount of attention from you. Obviously, water well this season, get them established. But after that, they're going to be absolutely fine. A little bit of pruning, you know, dead head, cut back those flowers, wear your gloves because they can be toxic and they might affect your skin, so just wear gloves. But a little bit of deadheading and they're going to keep flowering for you all the way through the summer, right the way through to those first frosts. They do have a bit of a scent,
They do. They've got a delicate fragrance.
It's not overpowering at all. Yeah, it's a lovely light floral scent.
Well, I really like the foliage on an oleander, though. They are evergreen, don't forget.
Yeah.
So they are beautiful Mediterranean plants. Masses if you've gone for them. The value today is just ridiculous. I don't know how we've done it. Do you know what I'm going to do, actually?
Ryan.
I'm going to get, because my mum, as some of you know, my mum's partially sighted. And what we've learned, she's got a lovely little conservatory. And if she sits, because she likes to sit and then look at the garden, and we've learned that if we have red at the back of the garden, she can actually see it. And she won't be able to see the exact flowers, but she can see
the colours.
The colours.
Yeah.
And actually, Mum said her brain kind of fills in the gaps because she knows what these actually look like. When she sees the red colours, I think her brain actually almost pieces it together, so she sort of sees the oleanders or sees the red. So I'm going to get a couple of these and we're going to have them in white pots at the back of her garden.
Very nice.
And they look amazing.
Like the idea.
And the back of her garden gets full sun as well, so they'll be very happy there. These will be happy, my mum will be happy, we're all happy.
Happy mum.
Yeah.
Happy
son.
Happy son,
yes.
There you go. Sorry, I was trying to find the rhyme.
Yes. Happy mum, happy son. But they're amazing today. They really are. And we've both seen these on the nursery. There are thousands of them ready to go right now, and they do look so impressive, don't they?
They do.
Like there's a lot.
Really impressive and long-lasting, something that you'll have in your garden for many years. Next, we're going to move on to our fern collection, and I do love a fern. I think there's something very tropical, but sort of almost Jurassic about them. I definitely feel like I'm walking with dinosaurs when I see ferns. But the beautiful thing...
You always feel like you're working with the dinosaur when you're with me, Bex, don't you?
Never. You're the Peter Pan of the shopping telly world.
Oh, yeah.
No, these are the hardy fern collection of plug plants. You are going to get 6 of these, but you can double up if you want to. So 6 for $9.99 or 12 for $14.99, which I just think is great price. Now, if you don't want to get all 12 of them in your garden, that's fine. Get them anyway and share them with friends, with neighbours, because they will adore these. They're fantastic for shady spots in your garden.
But I'm just going to get a pot, bear with me.
Yeah, go for it. These really do fill those shady spots that can be quite tricky because not a lot of things will grow. There's some plants that will, but not everything will grow in the shady spots. Get yourself some ferns because they will do that. I think most of these are evergreen, maybe a few that are semi-evergreen, but in the most part, all year round, you're going to have glorious colour from these. And they, the majority also have the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. So these are true, proven performers. To get that Award of Garden Merit, the RHS take these plants, they trial them, they test them. They have to meet a rigorous set of criteria in order to be awarded that prestigious award. And I know 5 of them have it for sure.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so all I've done is literally put one of these in a 9-centimetre pot.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the value is doubled or tripled.
Yeah.
So we send them.
These are big plugs.
Yeah, we send them as plugs because it really cuts down on the postage. That is the same plant, but literally, suddenly, if you put it in a pot and put a bit of compost around it, the value, you'd need to pay £4 or £5 for one of those, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
in a pot.
definitely.
Easily. So it's just the most economical way you can imagine of getting 6 glorious ferns in your garden. And
a real problem solver as
well,
aren't
they are. Those difficult areas. I mean, I've got a whole side of my garden that's like quite shady, and I've put these amongst things like my sambucas and my acers just around the base. Stops the weeds.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And they look good. Ferns, I do think ferns look really great en masse, don't you?
They are all named varieties as well.
Yeah.
So you can look at them under the item number 481005. They are listed, the different varieties, and they'll tell you which one's which and how big they will grow. So when you get them home, you can work out where exactly you want to plant them.
Right. the canna lilies are next. I just adore these.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
They are. Canna lilies are stunning.
Look at the foliage on here. Let me just tip this up for you so you can see. Look at that gorgeous foliage on there. It almost, I don't know, it's so shimmery. There's some gorgeous colours and shine to those leaves on there, and they're big. They're not insignificant at all. But then this plant gets topped with some of the most beautiful flowers, doesn't it? They're so pretty.
And these can get quite tall. I mean, mine got to close to a metre, I would say, last year.
Yeah.
And they are striking, they are bold, they are beautiful. Quite often you'll get several displays throughout the summer months. And a little tip, when the flowers go over, leave the stems on, and new flowers can sometimes come through the old ones. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. If you're somebody like me that's got a cat, I've got to be a little bit careful with certain lilies, and these are more friendly, I should say. You know, you've still got to be careful with loads of plants, but you don't get the same pollen problems with these ones, I should say. And they are absolutely glorious. They are breathtaking. We often talk about fillers and spillers.
And thrillers.
And did I say thrillers?
Killers. No, not killers.
Fillers, thrillers, and spillers. Some plants you grow to fill in the gaps. Some spill over the side of pots, but some thrill you. And this is a thrill, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely going to go into the thriller category. Sunny spot or part sun?
Sunny or part sun.
Part sun.
Yeah.
So I think it'll cope with a little bit of shade, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. Mine. I mean, I put mine in a really sunny spot, but I have grown them in part shade, and they still do well.
Yeah, I love them. They've just got a real sort of, even just as a foliage plant, they've got a real sort of tropical feel to them. But then when you get those flowers and they contrast against that kind of bronzy foliage, it's so pretty.
You don't have canna lilies, do you?
No, I don't. No. I'm growing calla lilies, not canna lily.
Well, I'm
doing the black calla
I've got
lily
quite a lot.
this
Oh,
year.
that is nice.
They look great.
Yeah.
They look really good.
They're really nice.
I did plant them in fours, but never mind. We'll forget
That's
about
all
that.
right.
They'll fill out. They'll all look like one soon.
Right, loads of orders coming through today. Don't forget, whatever you're ordering, you must use our special code YGTV2324. But those are the canna lilies for you.
Yes. Let's move on to the Red Baron. This is another one where you're going to get 3 of these pots, 3 9-centimetre pots. Was this the one I took out earlier? I think it was. Yes.
There you go.
Lovely, great root system on here. But it's when these really do turn into the most blood red colour that these are going to be their most spectacular. What you can see in that picture behind is what you will get if you place these in a full sun position. The sunnier, the better. That's going to give you the most vibrant colours, and it's definitely one of the most stunning of the ornamental grasses that you can buy because of that bright red colour.
And is yours just turning red now, did you say, Bex?
No, mine's just because it was a tiny baby one, and it was one that was suffering slightly. It's a plant rescue, that one. It's not healthy like these ones, or it wasn't.
We love a plant rescue.
I love a plant rescue. It's my favourite thing to do. But yes, it's coming through, and I'm getting some green shoots from it. So
no, these I was surprised at the size of these for the price.
Yeah, to be honest, all 3 of these, and you're going to get some gorgeous displays off this year, because obviously once you put it in that sunny position, you get those lovely red-coloured grass leaves coming from it, and it'll reach about 50 centimetres in height. It'll spread to about 30 centimetres as well. I bet you can divide this very easily too,
can't you? Easy. I've done that with a lot of my grasses, so...
You could probably divide it now, right, before you plant it.
So literally, you can do it... I mean, you could actually do it with your hands, but a lot of people would use a knife. But you could literally just divide that. I mean, I better not.
No, you better not. It needs to go back in the pot.
Okay. I'm so tempted.
He's so tempted. He's going to do it. He's going to just.
No, I won't. But you could literally just pull.
He's so close to do it.
I won't do it. But you could literally just pull that into 2 and have 2 grasses.
Yeah, so with 3 pots, you could divide that into 6, and then you can have that spread around your garden. And they will multiply, as I say, going to about 30 centimetres as well. So if you've got larger areas to fill in your garden, you can definitely do that with the 3 plants.
It's fine again, just let you know. It's fine, I didn't quite do it, but I was so tempted.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You do cut it down to ground level. I mean, it sort of dies back on its own anyway, but, you know, once it gets into winter, cut it down to ground level, and then in February, in March, you'll get those new shoots coming through. So
really easy, and it does work very well in pots. It works great in beds and borders, works great with other grasses. You know, I always think when you've got like black, green, red grasses together, it can look fantastic. But if you were going to buy just one grass, the red barren, the Imperata there is one of the most striking. It really is quite a glorious grass to have. And grasses are really, really on trend right now. So there are a lot of grasses at the Chelsea Flower Show. Lots of the gardens featured grasses, ferns, low maintenance. And actually, we were talking about, we seem to be getting lots of wet seasons in the UK.
We do, I'm afraid.
Some plants love that, some hate it. Grasses actually do in general respond well to that wetter climate.
They don't mind it, do they?
No, it's a grass, but at the end of the day, it just grows quicker. So yeah, many reasons to go for that. Any more pictures, Bex?
Yeah, so Roger sent us some pictures, actually. So Roger has, what I've got is a picture of a tower pot, and I think that is a bougainvillea in there, isn't it?
No, I don't think, is it? Let's have a little look. Oh, it is.
It is, you know.
Do you know what? I would have never thought of putting that in a tower pot, but it's doing great there.
Yeah, no, well, this is why I want a bougainvillea, because I want to put it in a tower pot.
Yeah,
because also they need a bit of winter protection, don't they, the bougainvilleas? And I thought that'd be easy with a tower pot, so you can just take
Bex, I meant to bring it in. I've got it one, seriously.
It's all right, no worries.
I have. I'll bring it next time I'm in with you. But
one picture.
It might take a little while for it to be that size.
I'm not sure what that is. What is that in there? What do you reckon? Because it's all foliage. What do you reckon that is?
Let's have a little look.
Don't know what it is. Do you?
I think it looks like a honeysuckle.
Could be. I don't know. It's looking good. I love that you're using our tower pots as well. Some gorgeous roses growing there. Lovely pink rose growing on that one. Lovely.
That's a gorgeous
colour.
colour.
There's one more as well, because there's a lovely peachy coloured one in there too. Look at that one.
I do love roses.
I love roses.
We do work with, here at YouGarden, we do work very closely with Harkness roses, don't forget.
We do.
By the way, if you wonder why I keep disappearing...
Thank you, Roger.
I need to get close to the TV so I can see what you're growing. I could look over Bex's shoulder, I suppose, but it's still a bit blurry there.
No, we're both rubbish. We need people to wear glasses and we just refuse to. That's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's bring you on.
My eyes... The trouble is, I've got them both. You know what I mean?
I used to not be able to see distance, but now I can't see close up as well. So I'm just rubbish all round.
We just sort of like rock backwards and forwards, and we can see things.
Right, I'm going to bring you on to the camellia, the femme fatale. Stu's asked me to choose which one I'm going to first. Well, I'm going to go to the camellia femme fatale first, because this one is absolutely beautiful, and I want to get the iPad back out because the flower on this is absolutely incredible.
I remember because Bex had a thing about this one, didn't you? The femme fatale.
When we first brought it.
Yeah.
I was just blown away by it.
I do remember.
That's my photo. That is not a stock photo. That came from my camera. I sent it to Stu this morning. Look how beautiful that flower is. They're big.
I'll give you that. That's actually, I have to say, Bex, that's one of the most perfect,
isn't it?
Camellia flowers I've seen. Yeah,
that
perfect.
Is so. Look at this. I mean, it's not symmetrical, but there's almost a symmetry to that.
It's very femme fatale.
Very femme fatale. I love it.
I agree.
So much. The camellia femme fatale is absolutely gorgeous. It's a lovely kind of evergreen camellia. It flowers slightly earlier than other varieties. You're not going to get flowers this year from this, but I want you to get it planted now so that you get it nicely established. It has really good time to grow, because then in sort of February and March time, you will have those beautiful flowers on your femme fatale, your camellia in your garden. Super low maintenance. It really doesn't need a huge amount of work from you. And of course, camellias can live decades in your garden.
They can. They just need an acid soil, don't forget.
Yes, they need a bit of erication.
Is yours in a
pot?
It's
still in a pot at the moment.
But I mean, I love the foliage, Bex.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
These kind of bronzy
I was going to
leaves.
say, it's like bronze and green.
I know, there's some real interest going on with the leaves on here as well.
Really
some of them
unusual.
are really shiny as well. I love it.
Oh.
I'm a big fan of the camellia, the femme fatale. It doesn't need full ericaceous, I don't think. It's
No.
slightly, isn't it? So maybe
If you've
a
got
mix.
some, mix it in.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the Butch Buddleia is coming up in a few weeks' time.
There's a lovely little spider in between these two.
Oh,
Can you see this?
I always think with camellias, and I've got a few, I haven't got this variety, but I think just for the foliage alone, in the winter months, you've still got that really gorgeous glossy foliage. There you go. We'll leave you there. You look happy.
He's tiny, but he's got a proper web going across there. It's very cute.
There you go. Now, something else that, something that I've been dying to show you.
Yes.
Is this
Let's
one.
do it, because it's beautiful.
I love callistemons, but it's very rare to get the pink. We see the red ones here on YouGarden quite often, but this is the pink variety.
Hot pink.
Oh, I just
Not just pink, hot pink.
And I don't know why you don't see the pink as much,
No,
but you
I
don't.
know.
You really don't.
We love callistemon, don't we? Because, I mean, that flower that you're looking there is made up of thousands of stamens, basically. Really pollen-rich stamens there. So this is incredibly wildlife-friendly as well. Like, pollinators absolutely adore this. And I just love, it's known as the bottle brush plant, and of course, because it looks like bright pink bottle brushes, doesn't it?
And they're not spiky, they're actually really soft to the touch.
Super soft.
We always say about hardy to about -4 in the UK, so about -4. So it might need a little bit of protection depending on where you live. Again, it loves a sunny spot. This loves to bake in the sun. And this is my own view on pruning, but I think little and often.
I think little and often, though our lovely Adam has said you can prune them harder. Everything I've understood about them is. But listen, Adam's been a gardener all his life, so I'm not going to.
I just once had pruned a callistemon and it died, it put me off. And now what I tend to, when the flowers go over, I just take it off, and that way it's easy to keep the shape as well.
It's a nice little shape to it, doesn't it? Yeah. Nicely established though, 2.5 litre pot here, so it's not a baby that we're sending out to you. It's got some decent establishment already, and you're saving £10 as well. So it's it's down to $14.99 or less if you are in our club.
Now Bex and I, we like to sometimes throw in random facts, don't we, Bex?
Yeah.
So
go on, what's your random fact about this one?
Well, in Australia, if there's ever bushfires, which often
I love this
occur,
fact.
the callistemon is normally one of the first plants to go back, if not the first. Yeah. So that heat actually, all the little seeds on it, that heat actually does in the world of good.
Yeah, it really helps them,
yeah,
doesn't it?
So that's just we just thought it was quite a cute fact.
Yeah, don't set your garden on fire to find out if that's true or not.
Don't.
Really, don't do that.
But I love that. And actually, sorry, I've just seen the price.
Yeah. $14.99, £10 off this.
Right, I'm buying that.
A really nicely established plant. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm buying the pink because I haven't got the pink. Ooh.
You got the red though?
Yeah, got the red.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I'm going to go
Add
for the pink
into your
today.
garden as well.
Right, still got loads to show you.
Yeah, we're going this way.
And I think I'm going to follow Bex.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's come
over
over here.
all the way to the end. We're going to the Parahebe. Parahebe, I like saying that. The pink avalanche. Parahebe.
Now, a lot of the plants we've both grown, but there's a few that we haven't, and I've never grown this one.
No, me neither, but the
I
flowers,
like the look of it.
It is new this season, actually.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I love it, honestly. Look at those gorgeous flowers that you're going to get on this one.
Very pretty, isn't it?
Lovely two-tone blooms that you get on here. They sort of evolve with age, so they start a pink colour and then they age to white. So what you have is both colours on the plant at the same time. Plus, those flowers last for months as well. So normal flowering season is between May and September. Nice, tidy, sort of well-behaved plant, nice and compact, only reaching about 50 by 50 centimetres. Lush foliage, and then you get these lovely spikes of flowers, and they sort of open in succession. Compact enough for pots, thrives in beds and borders, and all you need to do is deadhead it a little bit to sort of encourage those to come through. Sun or part shade, it will be fine.
I like those.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. Go. And first time you can get it in an individual pot there, just £9.99, 511563. Yeah, lovely. Really sweet. Now, don't forget, we've still got the asters. I know we had these last week, but these are the Aster Autumn Jewels collection. Buy them as a plug right now. You get two of each of the 3 colours, and then these will absolutely give you most amazing displays.
Yeah, and these are late season displays as well. This is why I've planted these in my garden, because the flowers on here, which I think are aptly named the Autumn Jewels, they really do extend that flowering season. These will start in around sort of August time, but they'll keep going through into probably early November.
Got to say till the first frost, really, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they really do go through. The asters that I was seeing out and about when I was out walking the dog last year, honestly, they are so, so pretty. And this is definitely a plant that gets smothered in the flowers.
Yeah.
Barely any foliage can be seen once those flowers appear.
And they naturally grow in these lovely mounds and clumps as well.
I love them.
But you're spot on. At that time of year, end of summer, so many things are past it, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going over.
Your bedding's going over, things like your lupins have maybe finished flowering, your delphiniums. So these really do bridge the gap, and they look great in pots, but equally as good in your beds and your borders as well. So get them now, and by the time late summer, autumn comes, they will be magnificent. Now we've got our Salix flamingo bush next. I've actually got this, but I've got it as a standard.
Yeah, so I've got it as well. It was planted before I moved into my house, and it's been, over the years, we've sort of fashioned it into a tree. I don't know if it started as a bush and it had one nice strong stem, or whether it was originally a standard, but it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And at this time of year, you get this kind of eruption because of the way it grows. It kind of grows up and out, and it is so, so pretty. And of course you get those lovely kind of salmon pink, and you get variegation on the leaves as well. It's so hardy too. Like, it's hard to kill one of these, isn't it? I say that, I'm sure people have, but they're really tough.
The only thing I did, because mine's in a pot, I let it dry out, and it didn't die, but it did shrivel.
Right.
Yeah, it dried out.
Oh,
no, it's fine. This was a few years ago. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you're right, very, very easy to grow. But it is about the coloured foliage, and that pink new growth.
I love it.
It's splendid. It's spectacular.
Yeah, and it also then sort of fades to this lovely kind of creamy colour, and then you've got the greens going on in there, and you've got the variegation on the leaves as well. It's deciduous. It'll drop its leaves over winter, but it's totally, just beautiful and worth having in your garden for that almost firework explosion of colour that you get.
I remember my mum's neighbour where she used to live, they'd shaped one of these into a lovely sort of ball, actually.
Yeah.
And it looked...
That's what I do with mine every year.
Really?
It's lovely. It's a tree shape, and then I always shape it into a nice ball shape up at the top. It's gorgeous.
So very easy to shape and to prune and to trim, extremely easy to grow.
Yeah.
And beautiful. We're saying it's so good to get different tones and colours in your garden just with foliage alone. We've had some beautiful foliage.
Yeah.
Right, summer bedding time now, and we're going to move on to Verbena, which is garden ready. 20 plants, all in bud and flower right now, and really, really healthy. 20 for £16.98. So amazing value. Verbena is one of my favourite summer bedding plants, actually.
Yeah, I really enjoy these, and I love the mixture of colours that we've got in here as well. You've got some individual colours, a lot of bi-colours going on in there too. And these work in so many different places. You can put these in the top of your hanging baskets. You could put these into window boxes. You can put them into borders. You can put them into pots. They will just flower all summer long for you. In flower right now, and we'll keep going right the way through to September. So a really long flowering season. Nice and compact, about 25 centimetres in height. Each one of those garden ready plugs will probably spread to a good sort of 30 centimetres as well. So you're getting 20 of these. That is a lot of area in your garden covered. And please just bear in mind that these are very resistant to that mildew problem that these had a few years ago. They're the Quartz F1 series, so they've got real exceptional resistance to mildew. They're easy, they're trouble-free, they're tolerant of the inevitable rain that we get in the UK.
Yeah, they're pretty good, actually.
Yeah, really, really tolerant of all of those.
It's very true, actually, because my petunias are not doing that well at the moment because it's a bit mushy.
But these not going to be a problem at all.
And I like the fact that they're, as bedding plants, they are quite full and compact in terms of the foliage.
Yeah.
They really do form a lovely kind of big clump of foliage and flowers. The one thing that I sometimes struggle with is the deadheading.
Right.
Because they look... when the flowers go over, they look very similar to the new flowers coming through.
On here, actually.
Yeah. So just be a bit careful when you're deadheading that you don't take off the new buds.
These are all. You see, I don't know now.
Yeah, no, it's quite.
I don't know. I think that's new, and I think that might be old.
The secret is the old ones normally have like a little, looks like a little stamen coming out. So it's a bit tricky. That's all.
Yeah.
So just be careful with your deadhead.
That's old.
Yeah, I think you're right. So just be careful with the deadheading.
But I mean,
put your glasses on for that.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. But I love
They might both be new. Who knows?
You cannot. If I'm honest, I think they are both new.
I think they are.
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but yeah, they are new.
Yeah,
the old ones, you'll see, there's just like almost like little stamens coming out when they flowered.
Right.
Yeah, these are all new because it's early season.
If I put my glasses on, I'd be able to tell even better, wouldn't
That's
I?
all I'm going to say.
They must be new.
I know when I deadhead, I just have to pay a bit of attention to them. But they love full sun. They were flowers, Bex said, all summer long. Big clumps of flowers. Great. They look really good in mixed hanging baskets and great in containers. And the colour mix is absolutely gorgeous. You've got the pinks, the reds, the whites, and the purples there as well. Love those. One of the favourite bedding plants. That price is amazing. Again, sorry, but if you put one of those in a 9cm pot.
You got one?
No, I keep nicking these ones from the... You're going to kill me, Bex. You know when you go to the Vinca?
Vinca tomorrow.
You need to remind... Oh, is it tomorrow?
We've got Vinca tomorrow.
Fine.
It's coming up tomorrow.
Garden centres at the moment, when all they do, literally one of those, suddenly in a 9cm pot, and that can command a price of like £2.50, £3. A lot of individual bedding plants, £3 this year. I know it sounds scandalous, but I've seen it. But buying them as garden ready in the trays saves you an absolute fortune. So you can buy them like that in the garden centres, or you can buy them from us and get 20 at that price. Club members, you get it for $15.28. It's really good.
Great price, honestly. 410077 is the item number if you want to go for the Verbena Quartz Mix. Do make sure that you're putting in the offer code when you place your order, because that's how you get the savings. The code this week is YGTV2324, so it'll unlock that saving, but it'll also put your free gift into your basket as well.
And what's the free gift? It is blooming fast. It's blooming marvellous, this one. It really is.
Blooming marvellous.
It is.
It is.
Love this.
We use it, don't we?
All the time.
Absolutely. And I did it just the other day.
Last year, when we did this offer, we both stockpiled, didn't we? So every individual order, you're going to get that absolutely free. And that will make 100 litres of plant food.
Amazing.
You can buy other ready-made plant foods in the big plastic containers. There's a famous yellow one that we know.
Big heavy ones.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You're paying mostly for water. That's the annoying thing with those. You're paying for the water.
It's true. And you're paying for the cost of the transportation and things like that, but you can make it yourself. That is a brilliant... Honestly, if you don't use Blooming Fast, this is a great way of seeing how good our plant food is. Really high in your NPK, so your nitrogen, your potassium, your phosphorus, really high in those, all your trace elements and minerals. It's like a really great balanced diet for pretty much all plants.
It's like a smoothie. It's like a vitamin-packed...
That's a good analogy.
Smoothie drink for your plants, isn't it?
You know, there's health drinks that have got like 10 of your 5 a day in.
That's what you've got in there.
I like that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. We're good today. Joking! You might be saying, they're not that good. No, but we're having a lovely show. We've got some amazing offers, I think you'll agree. But don't forget, you can also call us. You can order on the website. But if you want to just pick up the phone, it's 08445 502 0050. So if you prefer to call, absolutely fine. But use the offer code, don't forget. But let's talk about...
Red Hot Pokers?
Yes, but not Red Hot Pokers like you think, because these are primulars.
I love these spot in actual fact, and I think that's incredible considering what those flowers look like. But these are actually going to work better in a, not full shade, not deep shade, but a part shady spot to get those kind of flowers from a non-full sun position. I think is absolutely incredible, isn't it? They're so striking. Look at those delicate, dainty, sort of little violet blue, violet purple, and the graduation of colour, and then you've got that bright red poker up at the top. They're really beautiful.
And I love the way that they just open up from the bottom one by one. Lovely foliage. Yeah, so again, you can, as these clumps get bigger, what I tend to do is dig the whole clump up and then I use a knife for your hands just to divide them into more individual plants.
Yeah, and then spread them around into those sort of part shady spots in your garden. They'll flower, around this time for you every single year, May and into June time, and they will be some of the most beautiful plants in your garden at that time too.
And you can either buy one,
or you can go for a double up deal, put 2 in your basket, and you will only pay £5 for the second one.
Yeah, they are really special. 560,040 on that double up deal. Say you only have to pay an extra £5. Right, we've still got a few plants we haven't seen, but we are saving some for tomorrow, aren't we?
We're saving some for tomorrow, so we're back again 10 till 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Actually, it's not me tomorrow.
No, are you at QVC tomorrow? Or are you having a day off?
No.
Mum stuff.
Yeah.
Mum stuff. I'm here with Adam.
There's
tomorrow.
always an appointment, Bex.
There's always. Tell me about it.
Yes.
I'm here with Adam tomorrow, 10 until 1 o'clock.
So I shouldn't laugh, but my mum, bless her, she's 82. You know, it's like at that age. There are lots of appointments. And then last night she said, I need my eyebrows done. I was like, oh, Mum, I can't. We'll just put that down the priority list. We'll deal with everything else this week first.
I phoned my mum the other day and she was like, wait. And she was she was dividing up all of her pills, into the daily pill thing. But she had to do it, otherwise she was going to lose count of what she was putting away. Wait! Okay,
so I have to do. My mum can't. She's not got a good enough dexterity in eye, so I have to do my mum's pills. And you do have to. I'm the same. Like,
you really have to.
Shush, Mum, I'm concentrating. 2 of them, 1 of them, 3 of them, 1 of. Yeah. Well, it is dangerous if you get it wrong.
It is.
Yeah. So pill duty is a very important duty for me.
It's a very important one.
It really is. Right. Let's remind you of some of the great plants we've seen so far here on YouGarden TV. We've had some great plants, haven't we? So there's perennials. Buy 9, get 9 absolutely free. There's all sorts in here, and it might be things like echinacea, salvias. You may get things like geums. You may get gorgeous plants such as foxgloves, delphiniums, all sorts, but it is a lucky dip. And if you buy 9, you're going to get 9 absolutely free. And these will give you colour probably from about May into October, even maybe little splashes in November. They will come back every single year and get bigger and stronger. They're already good plants, though. They're already in 9-centimetre pots. So, these are not tiny plug plants. These are actually really good plants in 9-centimetre pots at $19.99, but you're going to get 20 of those. Sorry, no, you won't. You'll get 18 for under £20. That's still a lot. And with club discount, it works out £1 each. I was getting carried away there. Then you've got your oleanders now. Oh my word, it has gone absolutely crazy for these. Now, an email will be going out later in the week, so the stock is going to go. These are basically normally £30 each. They're half price, but if you double up, you're going to get 2 for $19.99. It's amazing, honestly. Now, these are a Mediterranean plant that you'll find in Italy, Spain. I've seen these in America. They grow freely in those hot countries, but the great news is they're winter hardy in the UK, down to -5. Evergreen, repeat flowering, multi-stemmed, delicate, nice fragrance on these. But they flower and flower and flower all summer long. Just be careful, don't eat them, don't let your pets eat them, but just enjoy them and have the most amazing Mediterranean garden. They are fantastic value, honestly. That's the best deal I think I've seen since I've worked with YouGarden. It's almost 20 years now. 680,057 for a pair of oleanders at $19.99 if you double up. Then we had a lovely deal on those ferns. Now, these are named varieties, 6 ferns, different colours, different foliage, different heights, but the main message with all of these is that they'll do really well in shady areas. Ferns are doing really well in the UK at the moment. The wet climate obviously seems to suit them. They stop weeds coming through. I love ferns, and they having 6 planted maybe in groups of 3s, planted underneath things like, well, we had the sambucas earlier, and I've got ferns planted under mine. So underplanting shrubs with ferns is just a great way of getting more interest in your garden, but also keeping down on those weeds as well. Absolutely beautiful. 481005. Then we just saw the salix. But a very special salix. This is the flamingo one, type of willow, obviously. So don't let it dry out. As we know, willows like to be moist, and I did let mine dry out, and it did suffer for a little bit. So make sure you keep it nice and well watered. beautiful new foliage, which is pink but with a little bit of cream in there as well. You can shape these, so it is a bush, but it's quite easy to shape if you want to do something a bit more decorative with it. And it really is incredibly easy to grow. So part sun, just make sure it's got a nice, moist, good soil. And that is only £12.99, 510 919. Right, some lovely cordylines. Charlie Boy. We think Charlie Boy is rather special. And again, it's a double up deal. So if you put two in your basket, you'll get them for £9.99 each. But this cordyline is all about really bright, vibrant colours, reds and burgundies. It looks really quite striking. What I love about cordylines, I love the architecture that they bring to the garden. I mean, look at that. And it doesn't look great with all of the mixed grasses as well. Absolutely beautiful. And that is 680256 for Charlie Boy. But I'd go for pear. They look great in pots. Winter hardy, but as we say, if it's really cold, just tie them up, protect the crown from really, really severe long periods of cold. 680256. And then, wow, now this is on my list today, it's the callistemon. And it's the rarer callistemon, because this is the hot pink at just $14.99. So like all callistemons, the pollinators love it. You've got these hundreds of stamens that attract the pollinators, often called the bottlebrush plant for various reasons. The fact that it looks like a bottle brush. Fully evergreen. And hardy to -4 in the UK, so will survive most winters. If it is particularly cold, then just give it a little bit of added protection. But yeah, I absolutely adore that one, and it's very rare to see the pink callistemon. 510237. But our best-selling item at YouGarden is, of course, our premium professional compost. And today you're getting 2 bags for £24.98 with, of course, your free gift if you use the item code. But our head gardener is with me right now just to tell you more about this.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's, what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah. I thought you were going to start. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, that was Peter and my twin brother talk about our premium professional compost. Sorry, do you know what? We were looking at pictures. Yeah, we were looking at pictures that you'd sent in. So good at
basically.
Right, really quickly. I don't know where the time's gone today. Loads of you still watching. Don't forget to confirm your orders. Free postage. You spend over £40. You're loving the free gift today. That's the best. I think this is the best gift we could give you at this time of year.
It's very practical, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what we need right now. We're feeding our plants, or if you're not, you definitely should be. And now is the stage where really you want to be doing it on a weekly basis. If you want to get the best flowers, the best fruits, the longest lasting, feed them with this.
Yeah, and that is worth £4.99. I think it's worth more than that because it will make 100 litres of your premium plant food, really high in your NPK, and all the trace elements and minerals are there. One with every order. So even if you place an order, but you're thinking, ooh, I need some compost. Oh, I quite fancy buying that Sambucus. I want the Coreopsis, whatever. Place a second order and you get another free gift. Now this has been really popular, geranium roseanne. And we were saying, Bex, like, for this to win Plant of the Centenary at Chelsea,
I think it's
100
amazing.
years.
Yeah, I mean, any time a plant wins Plant of the Year at Chelsea, you know that it's a true winner, even if it gets second place or third place. Wow, the competition to win is incredible. But the competition for the Plant of the Centenary must have been just immense.
You just can't imagine how many plants must the RHS must have gone through and discussed.
Absolutely.
But this won the best plant to celebrate 100 years at Chelsea. And we actually could see why, because we've both got this. And I think if I was to pick one plant in my garden last year that worked the hardest, I'd say this.
Yeah, it's definitely up there, isn't it? Absolutely. Super easy, low to no maintenance. I mean, I planted it, and other than the occasional water and feed, I did nothing to it. It will help if you deadhead, you'll get more flowers, but Shaun and I both felt like it didn't need it last year. It's one of those plants we just left it to do its own thing.
I think it's because it looks so happy. I mean, you know, any plant that's struggling, you kind of pay it more attention. But this
never looked like it was struggling, so just left it to do its thing. When you get right into that flower as well, it's so beautiful, really so interesting. Nice sort of, you were saying, it's not like a formal growth, is it? It's got a bit, I mean, I've got a nice sort of mound of foliage on mine at the moment, but you do get a little few meandering kind of stems that come off it, and it's brilliant for ground cover. It's brilliant for pollinators. In fact, it's got the Royal Horticultural Society badge of perfect for pollinators because they adore it.
I mean, it's multi-award winning, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, there's so many good things to say about this. Drought tolerant when it gets established, low maintenance, award winning. Honestly, so many boxes we're ticking.
And they do look great in pots. And I'm going to try one in a hanging basket this year. I thought, why not? Because it will,
give it a go.
Dies down during the winter, completely dies down, has a sleep underground, comes back in springtime, and then flowers all summer long for months and months and months. It's a win-win-win with that one. And at this price, I would grab yours while you can. It just come in. That's just from the nursery today.
$8.99 if you're in the club for that great big plant right there. And honestly, it's just going to do its thing for you. It'll be brilliant all year round. Sorry, all summer long.
No, it actually looks really nice next to the Coreopsis, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I think it looks. Yeah, I quite like those two together.
I love a Coreopsis. Yeah. A Coreopsis just works so well with so many plants.
Do you know,
in your garden.
I have not got Coreopsis.
Have you not?
No.
Yeah, you need some.
I don't know why.
Now you need it, because it's another one that's really long flowering. May through to October, bit of deadheading to encourage those new blooms to come through. Nice foliage at the bottom, and then lovely tall sort of stems. So they do rise up. They're not strong stems like an agapanthus. They've got a bit of movement to them, you know, giving that lovely kind of cottage feel and movement in your garden. And as I say, super easy to look after. Just a bit of deadheading, but very robust, very easy, coming back reliably for you year after year. And pollinators adore these too.
And I could just see those looking really nice with other kind of what I call country cottage perennials, like, you know, your Rebecca, delphiniums, all of that.
Yeah, I was just trying to think where I've got mine mixed. Yeah, I think I've got them with there's some hollyhocks in that border.
Oh,
I've got geraniums in that border. There's lilies in that border. I mean, I've got a whole mixture of things, and they work beautifully with all of them.
And very easy to grow.
Yeah.
Really easy. Yeah, I'm gonna get those. I'm making my list, like I'm sure so many of our gardening friends are. Right, sambucas. This is something we've both got.
Yes, lovely.
You've loved this today.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Honestly, this is another absolute winner. So the reason I grew this really is because I started with a YouGarden and I needed some big, fast-growing plants. These can actually grow a metre in a year.
Oh, they have got a lovely scent to them.
They haven't they?
Oh, that is a gorgeous scent. I can't describe it, but it's beautiful. Really lovely.
Let me describe so you've got top, middle...
Top notes of base notes. No, we haven't got a clue, but it smells lovely. I
don't know what to describe it as.
No, I can't. It's not so overpowering. It's a lovely smell. But listen, you're not going to grow this for the scent. That's not what this is about. This is very much about the foliage and those flowers that come on here. If it's just the foliage plant, beautiful. Got that Acer kind of feel to it. Lovely kind of... they're not quite... I suppose they are a bit dissected leaves, aren't they? But it's that colour.
I'd describe them as a little bit feathery as well, aren't they?
Yeah. They're lovely. They're dark in colour. They're almost black in colour. They've got a kind of bronzy, purpley colour to them, but almost black in colour. But then you get these flower clusters on here that, you know, they're tiny, tiny flowers, but made up of loads of them.
Yeah,
Each one of them...
there's hundreds, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. And they can get 15 centimetres in diameter. Yeah. And it is that contrast, isn't it, with the pink against that almost black foliage. And these look stunning at the moment. These are the ones I'm spotting.
I would honestly recommend this pretty much for everybody. And they're easy to grow. They're fast growing, but they're not invasive. They're very easy to prune back. And I literally cut mine down to about a third of the size, and it grows so fast and back every year.
Isn't it a relation of the elderflower?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's where you get the berries as well.
Yeah, and they are... I
think you can
check it out, but I'm sure you can make the cordial with the flowers and that you can eat the berries. Please don't take my word for it, but I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I think you can, but don't. Do check.
I'm sure I've looked at that.
Absolutely, honestly, one of the most spectacular plants that you could ever buy, and that black foliage, almost black, is incredible. Right, I've got a big shopping list today. I really have. I wonder if my order's coming through, by the way.
He was just about to run off and check his emails then.
Only because you're
working, Shaun. You're working.
You've been telling us about your deliveries coming in, and I'm thinking, I wonder if... Because I've got...
He was just about to go and check his emails.
So the boss may be watching. No, I wasn't.
Morning, Peter.
Morning, Peter. Afternoon, Peter. No, I wasn't going to check my order, I promise. But I do want to order these, and I'm thinking about having these in our pub garden. Me and my dad, you know, have got a pub. And I just think I want to go at Market Bex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. And you see these sorts of things growing outside of businesses, salons and hairdressers and pubs and things, because they do definitely give you that kind of elegance.
Do you know, I'm not being funny, but you're getting two for £59.98. If one of these was £60 in a garden centre, I think they'd still sell really well.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
honestly do.
They are quite desirable, aren't they? And I think one of the reasons is they're really easy to look after, but they're also evergreen as well. So easy to grow, year-round impact, something to look at, and also instant impact in small spaces.
Next time we speak to our head gardener, I really want to know how long these have taken to grow. Because, I mean, if you look at... You imagine...
we should ask, shouldn't we?
Look how thick the actual stem is. And this will have been grown when that stem is a lot...
Yeah, I was just trying to... Because that's quite sturdy, isn't it? There's no kind of malleability to that.
But that would have started off a lot slimmer than it is now, and it would have been slowly trained.
Let's
to
find
get
out.
the shape.
We'll send him an email and see if we can find out.
I honestly think
years
of these growing like this. And olive trees, we were saying earlier, they do live a long life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were saying that the average age, I think, is about 500 years. So
this
a
has
lot
got
of
flowers
work.
growing.
Oh yeah. Well, now's the time, and then they may arrive in flower. The flowers are quite insignificant. They're kind of like whitey creamy. You get lots of them, but it's those flowers. Each one of those has the potential to become a beautiful olive. And I was saying earlier, I've got 5 or 6 olive trees. Some years I always get olives, but sometimes they don't ripen in time. It depends on the summer. So sometimes long hot summer. Like you need a really good sort of like September and October, and they will ripen. But even the years when they've not ripened, I've still enjoyed just loving the look of them. Olives in the garden.
Oh, I think that's great. Being able to pick your own olives if you get the chance to do that, brilliant. Obviously, it's a Mediterranean plant, and that's where you will get the olives. Here we grow them for the evergreen, the lush, and of course you've got that added interest with that spiral stem on it.
I wonder whether Ian from Huddersfield has had olives in his garden. But they are winter hardy. These are just really special. And look, they're not the most affordable item on the show, but the value, I think, is incredible for those.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and if you go for that double up deal, the second one is half price, basically, because it's £39.99 for one, or you can go for the double up deal and get the 2 in there. So let's show you how to do it. On YouGarden.com is where you place your order. We're going to type in the correct item code, and then the item will come up for you. So click into that. And then we can see we've got it here, only $39.99. Put 1 in your basket. There was an option there to put 2 in your basket. Don't do that. Just put 1 in, I think. Look, there's 2 there. $69.98. Don't do that.
No, we don't want to do that, do we? Don't
do that. Put the individual one into your basket. Then go and look in. Add another one into your basket. Hang on a minute. It's £80. We said it was less than that, didn't we?
Hang on, Shaun and Bex said it was less.
Exactly that. Let's put in our offer code because we want to get that price down and we want to get rid of the postage costs. YGTV 2324. Look what happens. We're down to $59.98, working out £30 each, and excuse me, we have lost the postage on there as well because we used that offer code YGTV 2324. That is the benefits of shopping directly with us here at YouGarden TV.
We've had such a lovely show today, so thank you so much to everybody that's placed an order.
It's been really busy as well, hasn't it, by the sounds of things?
I've got my list today. I reckon, I'll be honest, I think my list is up to about £100 or so in my head.
Wow.
But I saved hundreds as well.
Yeah.
I want the 2 olives. I want 2 oleanders for my mum.
Yeah.
I want the Coreopsis Bex. You've persuaded me to get that.
Good. I'm glad. I know we haven't featured it, but I want this. The viburnum, the Kilimanjaro. It's on tomorrow.
You can buy it now if you want.
I want this.
That's big as well.
It's big and it's beautiful. It's on tomorrow. Come and join us.
But yes, it's Bex and Adam back tomorrow. I'm doing some exciting things with my mum.
Yay! Mum duties.
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. I'm only joking, Mum. Do you know, I've got to get a bit of gardening done tomorrow as well. That's not all the plans.
Oh, I hope the weather's lovely.
Right, we're going to move on to cordyline. This is the Charlie Boy. 1 for $14.99, or you can double up and go for 2 for $19.98. Now, you said, Bex, you've got a green cordyline.
Yes, which is beautiful.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, but it's not this. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, Charlie's the better looking one.
Charlie is definitely the better looking one. That red, the stripes, the pink, there's something really interesting about this. And of course, as oleander... Oh.
Oleanders are coming up, by the way.
They're coming up. As the cordyline grows, the leaves at the bottom start to fade, so you just kind of rip them off and get rid of those.
Just chop
and then
them
this stem forms like a tree trunk at the bottom, so it grows up nice and tall, and then you get this kind of... I always think it looks like Sideshow Bob. I don't know if anybody will know that. It was a cartoon character in The Simpsons. Hair like a palm tree.
Yes!
It looks like Sideshow Bob. This hair growing out against this lovely tall stem. It adds height, it adds structure, it adds contrast to the other plants in your garden. It looks lovely like that with grasses planted around the bottom of it. But I also think it works great when you plant it next to softer foliage, you know, round foliage. Because those sword-shaped leaves, it gives really nice contrast.
And actually, just one of these in a pot with some nice white gravel around it could
beautiful.
look really, really striking.
Yeah.
And the thing that is, these look good all year round. So they'll still be like this in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
So do bear that in mind. They really will add colour and architecture every week of the year. Absolutely stunning. And do you know what? We've got lots of cordylines here at YouGarden, but Charlie Boy is certainly one of the most striking, dramatic and beautiful. Pink foliage does it for me. I really like pink foliage.
It's gorgeous, isn't
it? Really is, yeah.
Definitely. Well, if you want some pots for them to go... Oh, sorry, it's a double up deal, by the way. So you can go for one for $14.99. The second one, if you add it into your basket and enter the code, is five quid.
Yeah.
Nice, right? So they work out at £10 each rather than £14.99. Yeah, it's incredible. The RRP is $19.99. You can get two for a penny less than that.
I think the green cordylines are a lot... Because they're a lot more commonplace, this kind of, the price on this is really good because it's a more unusual cordyline.
Definitely.
You know, the garden centres and the big sheds, as I call them, they're full of the green ones normally, aren't they?
Yeah.
But the pink Charlie Boy is just stunning.
I need it.
Now,
well, we've got two options
yeah.
of pots to go for. Now, there is this one. We're going to push you onto the other one, to be honest with you. But I do love this one. I think this has got a gorgeous design to it. It's got this lovely kind of brushed silver effect on here. This one is called the Laurel Planter. It's really, really beautiful, and you can get a pair of these. Can we bring the details up for that one, Stu, please? We're still on the cordyline. There we go. So £16.98 if you want to go for your laurels. It is a pair.
Do me a favour,
it's got a £9 saving.
Can we try the geranium roseanne in there?
Of course.
I'm just thinking, because that's a bit more traditional. So I like that.
Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it?
I like that.
That looks really nice.
Yeah. Sorry,
I mean, they're a really good size as well. You know, this is a 13-inch diameter, 10-litre capacity. You've got all that drainage in there. You've got the extra reinforcement around the rim here. You've got the lip so that you can pick that up, but they are plastic, UV stabilised, lightweight, frost resistant, designed to last you for many, many years. 130242 for the laurels. However, Shaun,
and then the other ones we've got, and again, it's all personal taste, and there's no right or wrong. And I've got a real mishmash of pots in my garden.
Me too.
But it's sort
love
of,
it.
Yeah,
I love that.
It sort of works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But these are, I think these are a little bit more contemporary. Grey is always a lovely colour, isn't it? So I'll give you the details of these because we've got a really good deal on my
the
pots.
Lavals, yeah.
Yes. So it's a twin pack for $14.98. So you get two, so it's $7.50 each. But if you double up, so if you put two twin packs in your basket, you get four for under £20. So you can actually get these for £5 each if you buy two twin packs. And so there they are. Let's just try it. So there's one twin pack. We've put the code in, so we know that because we've got our free gift. So if we double up, yeah, there you go, you see.
Yeah, $19.98, £5 each.
That's really good. And I just think that Charlie Boy looks really, really nice in those Lavelle plants. But the choice is yours, and there's no right or wrong. We've all got different tastes, different gardens, but amazing value on those. So there's a special deal where you can get four for £19.98. I think the oleanders would look good in these, don't you?
Yeah, so add the oleanders in as well. So if you went for your four Lavelle planters and you're going for your cordyline Charlie Boy, you've still got two pots left over, so why not
like that.
Put them in, put your oleanders in there. They will live happily in there this season, maybe even into next season as well. They look absolutely beautiful. I'll move that because that's not the right picture, is it?
That's, to me, that's
gorgeous.
I mean, let's get a grip on this. If you buy two twin packs, you get in the pots for £5. Mm-hmm. The oleanders are two for £20. Mm-hmm. So that with the pot, if you
15 quid.
£15
if
you go for those offers.
And it's not a massive amount of compost because they're not the biggest pots in the world, but they're the perfect size for your oleanders. That's beautiful. What a gorgeous gift.
That's really stylish, isn't it?
It is really stylish. You're absolutely right.
Ooh.
I'm with you, actually. I prefer these pots.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like both, but I just think I think these work with the contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
I think the others work with more...
Yeah, I like what you're saying with the geranium. Yeah. That works nicely with the geranium roseanne. It's 130595 for the Lavelle planters, by the way, if you want to have a look at those. And so here's the oleanders.
And now those oleanders, they have flown. So I'm a bit worried because an email is going out to our customer database, which is huge.
Later on in the week.
And I think these are going to... Well, they are selling really, really quickly.
Stu's going to tell us a secret.
What?
Go on, Stu, tell us the secret. Oh, okay. That email that's going out is for the pink. We've got the red. So, yeah, we're stealing a march.
Yeah.
We got the best one.
And actually, the red's a slightly rarer colour to get. The pink's the most common colour with the oleander. The red, the yellow and the white tend to be a little bit hard to get hold of.
They do.
Right, apparently Stu's in a basket and there's a problem. What's the problem? So there's 2 oleanders in there, apparently. 2 pairs of the Lavelle planters. Great. He's used the code. And... Oh, no, it's just a few pence under £40.
$39.97. What's our lowest priced item?
How?
It's probably...
I'm not being funny, but how could that still be under £40 when you've got 2 oleanders?
2 oleanders, 4 pots.
Wow,
that's because we've got great prices, isn't it? Stu's going to add the coreopsis in, he says. I think that's a good shout, to be honest. Coreopsis is a great one to add into your basket.
I mean, this is the thing at home. If ever your order's under £40, do have a little think about what you could add just to get that free postage.
Do we still have the buy one get 2 free on the Torino pots? Because that's $3.99, I believe. So that's probably the lowest priced item.
Yeah.
So by adding the $3.99 pots into your basket, particularly on an order like that, you're paying less but getting more.
Yeah, that's
Rather
a good.
than paying $6.99 postage, pay $3.99 for some pots, even if you don't know what you're going to do with them yet. So let's lose the coreopsis. Oh. You could put Stu said you could put a coreopsis in the pot, so you could.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you definitely could.
But okay for maybe the
But if you just want to tip it over the £40 mark and you don't want to spend any more, by doing it this way, you're actually spending less and getting pots.
Well, we are near that time. Any more comments on the group chat, Bex?
Oh, do you know, I haven't looked.
Go on, you have a little look.
Hang on, I've built a little barricade over here with plants that I can't get past now.
Just so you know, Bex is here tomorrow with Adam. And on Sunday, I'm at QVC Sunday, aren't I?
You are. What time are you on at QVC?
I'm going to say 9, 10 and 2.
Rubbish.
What do you mean rubbish? Oh.
We're on at 10.
Yeah, but you could watch me at 9.
Us at 10. Flick back over for sure. You're not on for the full hour, are you, at 10?
No.
You're
I've got full hour at 2 o'clock.
The full hour is at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we'll be on until 2 o'clock.
So
it works out absolutely
And actually,
perfectly.
if you want to watch both, you can always stream later.
Oh, totally. I'm only joking.
But
oh, my word, there's so much going on in the chat.
Go on. I can't see from you.
I'm back from the vets for the last hour of the show. We'll catch up on what he missed afterwards. Neil, I hope everything's okay. Somebody's saying, I hope the dog is okay. Rocky, my cat is fine. Oh, my cat. He's fine. Alwyn, thanks. Just a check up. Glad to hear that. Neil saying, my lupins have just started flowering. That's awesome. Bet your wallet's got a bit tighter, Neil, but they are worth it. Yeah, pet vets aren't cheap, are they?
Did you remember Neil sent his picture of Rocky ages ago?
Yeah, there's more chats about pets costing lots of money. Of course they do, but we love them, don't we?
We do.
More vets.
At least our plants haven't cost a lot of money today. That's good.
Karen saying dogs have never had a cat, but I would imagine they are the same. Just love you and give you such joy. You're right, they do, absolutely.
What, cats?
Yeah, well, cats and dogs, basically.
Cats is a bit on their terms.
Yeah, when they feel like it. Otherwise, they just show you their bum.
Mine was very loving this morning. Yeah. Teddy was all over me this morning.
Was he?
Yeah.
Gave you lots of love this morning.
Yeah, I think because my beard's the same colour as him, I think he just thinks we're like related.
My dog was not happy. I left him. He gives me sad eyes when I leave. Right. Apparently, there's some pictures. Oh, Kathy's. I had a look at Kathy's. Kathy's got a beautiful picture going on. There's loads going on in this part of her garden. That's looking really pretty, isn't it? Look at those colours. She says it's all from YouGarden. Now, I think those are those beautiful geums at the back there, aren't they?
They are, definitely.
Those are those gorgeous geums. We've got some beautiful pansies going on in there.
They were the tiger stripes, weren't they?
They're tiger stripes, that's right. And then what have we got down the front here?
She's got lovely white pansies at the front, hasn't she? Ginny, please know, Karen, block colours are really in at the moment.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a bit of that in my garden. Like,
Dave?
As Dave said, what,
Dave
pineapple
sent
guava?
the pineapple guava in. Lots of foliage at the moment, but looking really, really pretty there.
They tend not to flower till quite late on anyway.
They're a bit later, aren't they?
Yeah, and you do need a lot of sun, but it looks like that's a nice sunny
It looks
spot.
like a sunny position. He's got all our pots. Look, there's a Jimi Hendrix. There's the heavy duty pots, the Diablos. Love that. That looks like my garden, basically. Although I didn't get the Jimmys. I should have got the Jimmys. I should have got the Jimmys.
No, we are nearly. So I have to nip off so I can see the screen. We are nearly out of time. Can we just say massive thank you? Loads of orders coming in towards the end of the show. You can still order after the hour. Free postage when you spend £40. And your free gift today is a blooming fast worth £4.99. That will feed all of your plants pretty much. Well, that will feed a lot of them because it will make 100 litres.
100 litres.
100 litres.
Now I've got a 10-litre watering can, so that's 10 watering cans. I normally use 3 when I do my feed. So, you know, there's a lot of feeding in there.
And that really, that's great for roots, shoots and flowers and your veg and your fruits as well. We're out of time. So Bex is back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you on QVC Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon.
Yes, please, absolutely. And then we're back next week, aren't we,
are.
together?
But it's Adam tomorrow. He's wonderful, isn't he?
Yeah, I love Adam. Can't wait.
So from Bex and myself, Shaun,
Mwah.
yeah, have a lovely time for the rest of the day, hopefully in the garden.